Good evening and welcome once again to Timberwolves Stadium, home of the Fort Bragg Timberwolves, where tonight the Fort Bragg Timberwolves are going to take on the Kelseyville Knights. Now the JVs were defeated tonight, Kelseyville beating the Fort Bragg JVs by a score of 36-6. But the varsity game is coming up. Now the Fort Bragg Timberwolves beat Middletown last week, 28-14 in Middletown. They're undefeated and they're of course undefeated in league play. Meanwhile, the Kelseyville Knights have only won one game this year. They are 0-3 in conference. Kelseyville so far has really struggled in league play in terms of their record, but they're a much better team than their record will show. They lost to Cloverdale in a fairly good game, 21-6. They were defeated rather soundly by both Middletown and also by Willits. But tonight, you never know, as they get ready to take on the Fort Bragg Timberwolves. We're set to go here. This is going to be another live stream, live broadcast on MendocinoTV.com. I'm Lindy Peters, and of course, if you can't watch it live, you can always enjoy the rebroadcast. We'll put it on the website. You'll be able to watch it anytime, anywhere, on any device that can watch video, whether it's a phone, whether it's a computer, it doesn't matter. The Timberwolves are ready to go. You can hear them right behind me, getting ready to howl and have a good game. It's the Fort Bragg Timberwolves and the Kelseyville Knights. Under the lights, high school football from Timberwolves Stadium as the Fort Bragg Timberwolves continue their quest for a league title here in the NCL1 North Division. They're undefeated. They are 6-0. They're looking to go 7-0 tonight at Timberwolves Stadium. I'm Lindy Peters. Get set. Should be another exciting broadcast, another exciting webcast, and we're always glad to bring it to you. And again, we want to thank Ryan Perkins, attorney at law, for making it possible. The Timberwolves and the Kelseyville Knights coming up right here on MendocinoTV.com. All right, we're getting a late start tonight to this varsity game. The junior varsity game went a little longer than expected. This is a pretty good night for football. It's a little chilly. There's supposed to be some rain coming later tonight, probably sometime after midnight, so weather should not be a factor. It's a calm night. There's little or no wind as we get set to kick it off. Fort Bragg, as I mentioned in our pregame, 6-0. They are undefeated in league play. They do have a couple of concerns from Coach Roy Perkins. The first concern is the fact that there was no school this week. So given that, the kids have been out of school. They've been practicing. He said the practices were actually pretty good, but just kind of unusual that, you get a week off of school in October here at the Fort Bragg School District. And so even though everybody else is off doing something, the football team has been practicing every day. They've had good practices. One of the key players for the Timberwolves a little dinged up, and it's probably we'll have to see whether he plays both ways or not, and that would be their star running back, Brett Giacomella. Giacomella, who wears number 34, has been suffering from shin splints, and if you've ever had shin splints, they're very painful, one of those difficult injuries to play through, even with adrenaline, and he probably won't be playing too much on offense. Strickland, the running back that wears number 35, that had a great 50-yard plus run against Middletown last week, will be in the backfield instead of Giacomella to start the game. And he's big, he's fast, and he's an outstanding player as well. So the Timberwolves don't lose too much with Strickland in there in his place. However, Giacomella, just a key player, especially last week. It was his interception at about midfield. He returned down to the 4-yard line against Middletown that set up the touchdown that gave the Timberwolves some comfort zone, that went from 14-7 to 21-7. It was his interception and his return that really set up that comfort zone last week. So he's been a key player all year, been outstanding on defense, a great running back as well. So they're going to miss him if he's unable to play tonight. But that's really the only key injury for the Fort Bragg Timberwolves. Of course, they run that spread offense behind their talented quarterback, Kaylor Sullivan. He's got a lot of different receivers he likes to go to, but his favorite receiver is Lucas Triplett. He'll be wearing number 10. Of course, Sullivan wearing number 12 as the Timberwolves warm up here. Also, Austin Trujillo kind of had a breakout game against Middletown last week. He caught a touchdown pass. He had a key interception. He played very well. And Shane Giacconi, who wears number 5, another outstanding receiver for the Timberwolves. And then there's Brad Giacomella, who wears number 26. So a lot of different receivers in that spread offense, usually 2 men to the right, 2 men to the left when they line up. And as long as Kaylor Sullivan gets protection, he usually can find an open man in that spread offense. All right, the Kelseyville Knights so far this year have had sort of a tough ride. They're 1-3. They are 0-3 in league play. They've lost to Cloverdale, they've lost to Willits, and they've lost to St. Helena. Those are three outstanding programs that are going to be at the near the top of the league standings this year. You have to watch out for Kelseyville. They're always a good football team, it seems. They run the wing T on offense, which can be a little difficult. That's that one where the wingback and the wingbacks that run this offense, number 14, Kyle Moore, number 24, Asa Peters, they'll sometimes go in motion. They'll come across the front of a shotgun formation and take an inside handoff. And if you're a fan of Timberwolves football, you remember a couple years ago when teams ran that wing T offense against the Timberwolves, they had a little trouble stopping it with their basic defense. So we'll see how it works tonight as they try and stop the Kelseyville Knights. On defense, well, according to Coach Eric Larson, they've got a series of defenses they're going to run tonight. They'll run the 5-3, they'll run the 4-4, they'll run the 4-3. But it looks like they're putting more men up front than Middletown did last week. You might recall the Mustangs last week, if you were watching the game or heard about the game, were basically rushing 3 men, especially in the first half, and putting 8 men in the defensive backfield. They were bracket coverings, Lucas Triplett on every play pretty much. He had double coverage. But it looks like Kelseyville is probably going to run a little bit more of a basic defense trying to stop the spread. The thing about running a lot of coverage on your defense and putting very few men up at the line of scrimmage is that the Timberwolves do have a decent running game. And if you can get past that initial line of scrimmage with a running back, you could get a lot of yardage against a defense that's basically packing them back deep for pass coverage. So we're ready to go here in just a few minutes. This will be a live broadcast again on MendocinoTV.com, and we'll have it embedded in the webcast form for you folks who want to watch it in the future at MendocinoTV.com. I'm Lindy Peters. Thanks again to Ryan Perkins, attorney at law, and our cameraman and Mendocino TV executive director Terry Vaughn. Should be a good game tonight. Again, the Timberwolves under the light, good crowd. And we'll get ready for the coin toss and the kickoff coming up. But right now we'll continue our live coverage by showing you the teams warming up and the officials starting at the middle, starting to head to get the captains right now. But we'll have the play-by-play all the way through this contest coming up. Again, a late start tonight. If you tuned in and wondered, boy, it's 8 o'clock and they're not even playing yet, that's because the junior varsity game went a little longer than expected. And that game, by the way, if you just joined us and are watching, the Kelseyville JVs beat Fort Bragg in the preliminary to this varsity game. So get set here. We'll hang in there on the video and keep watching. But as far as the audio goes, I'm going to cut the audio at this point, and we'll get ready for Timberwolves football against the Kelseyville Knights Friday night at Timberwolves Stadium coming up.
Number 6, Jonathan.
All right, the co-captains are heading out now to midfield with the officials for the coin toss, Kaylor Sullivan and Sam Perkins for the Fort Bragg Timberwolves. Across the way, quarterback Logan Barrett. He wears number 8, number 24. That's Asa Peters. No relation, by the way. Number 33 is Manny Sanchez.
Number 24,
I didn't catch the other co-captain out there. I believe that's Steve Williams, senior 5'10", 240-pounder for the Kelseyville Knights. So those are your co-captains getting ready for the coin toss.
Captains for the Wolves is number 12, Kaylor Sullivan, and number 63, Sam Perkins.
So we'll see if the Timberwolves, even though, like I said, they've had good practices this week but have not been in school, kind of when you're high school age, when your routine gets messed up a little bit sometimes, that'll get you off your game. But we'll see if it has any effect tonight at all. Fort Bragg wearing their home purple with the white numerals and gray pants. Kelseyville, the Knights with their orange and black school colors, wearing the white jerseys with the black numerals and orange trim. And the coin toss has been won, it looks like, by, I thought Kelseyville, but let's see. It's referee now looking over this way. Fort Bragg did win the toss, and they elected to receive. And Kelseyville will be kicking off. So the spread offense, the Timberwolves' outstanding offense will take the field first here.
I'd like to remind you folks, the Fort Bragg
so get set for our national anthem.
Roy Perkins.
Head coaches again are Roy Perkins, Eric Larson for the Kelseyville Knights. Let's get set now for the national anthem.
Perform our national anthem. So everybody please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Nicely done by the Fort Bragg Girls Choir. Our national anthem. We're set to go now. The Timberwolves will be receiving the kickoff. Kelseyville's hungry. They're over here. They're ready to go. They're ready to rock. And like I said, they're 0-3 in league play, but this team is better than their record from all indications. Get ready for a good game here tonight. The Knights always bring a good football team wherever they go, and there's a lot of pride in Kelseyville for their football program. And so you can't take them lightly. In fact, the Timberwolves, when you're 6-0 and you're usually the favored team, although obviously there aren't odds makers in high school football, but when you're favored, you're going to be the team that a season can be made if an underdog beats you, whether they win 1 or 2 or 3 games the entire season. If they beat the champions and knock off an undefeated team, that'll make their season. So every week the Timberwolves have to face an opponent who will come in with one goal, and that is to knock off the undefeated Fort Bragg Timberwolves. So it's going to be a tough row every week for the Timberwolves. They're going to have to really not have any letdowns.
I don't see. Where's Timmy? Is Timmy in the house? Where's Timmy? There's Timmy.
Kelseyville ready to kick it off. By the way, the junior varsity kicker for Kelseyville was booming kickoffs end over end down to the 5-yard line routinely. We'll see what kind of kicker they have at the varsity level. As we get set to go, the Timberwolves deep to receive is Shane Giacconi. Also back with him, Tyler Baker, as the Knights get ready to kick it off. There's the kick as Elias Alvarez kicks it off. A short kick. It bounces once. Strickland takes it. It just falls on it at the 29-yard line where Fort Bragg's offense takes over 1st and 10. As I mentioned, Tristan Strickland will be in the backfield, 6'2", 225-pounders, along with Kaylor Sullivan instead of Brett Giacomella, who usually starts at that lone back position in the spread. Triplet out to the left. Giacconi slotted inside of him. Brad Giacomella, along with Trujillo, split out here to the right. Sullivan takes a snap, looking to his left, throws a little swing pass to Strickland. Strickland makes the catch, breaks 1 tackle, gets 5, gets 10, gets 15 across midfield, and out of bounds he goes. He's hit out of bounds that time. I'm not sure where he actually stepped out of bounds. He may have gone out of bounds at about the 40-yard line.
Penalty on the play.
But there is a penalty flag down. It looks like it's going to be against the Timberwolves. In fact, it is.
Holding against the Timberwolves.
One of the things I enjoyed about Middletown last week, and I've repeated it a couple of times, is the fact that there weren't flags on every play. And I don't want to knock the crew here at Fort Bragg, but it seems that every game here at Timberwolves Stadium is penalty laden. It is high school football after all. So the first play, even though it's a success, is a holding call against the Timberwolves from where the actual hold took place. So it's 10 yards back, and it's going to be 1st down and 12 for the Timberwolves. Now the chain gang moved. The chain gang should be in the original spot, which was the 29-yard line, so they're going to have to move him. You'll see the official going over there right now. He's going to move the chain gang back. It's going to be 1st down and about 12. That penalty occurring at about the 38-yard line rather than in the backfield. It was downfield when Strickland was running the football where it occurred. So it's 1st down and 12 for Fort Bragg. The ball back now at their own 27. Sullivan gets the snap, looking to his right this time. Got some time. Now he's getting rushed. Rolling out right, throws. Strickland makes the catch, cuts inside one man. He's to the 40, and then he slips down, trying to cut back at about the 41-yard line. That's a 1st down for the Timberwolves. No penalty flag this time, and the chain gang moves it up.
Across the 40-yard line. You're going to mark him at the
nice job by
1st down for the Timberwolves.
Sullivan that time finding the open man. He rolled out of the pocket there in trouble and found Strickland cutting upfield for the completion. 1st down, just underway here. No score. First quarter, first possession for the Timberwolves. All at their own 41-yard line. Sullivan takes a snap, looking over the middle, sharp pass, and it's dropped. Intended for Brad Giacomella that time, incomplete.
Kaylor's pass was incomplete. Pass was intended for number 26.
Setting up 2nd down and 10.
It'll be 2nd and 10 at the 41.
Starting to cool down a little bit here tonight, but no wind and a nice crisp fall night. 2nd and 10 now for Sullivan out of the shotgun, back to pass. Got some time, throws deep over the left sideline, got a man wide open. A change. Giacconi makes a catch at the 35, to the 30, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10. Touchdown, Timberwolves. No penalty flags. Beautiful pass from Kaylor Sullivan as Shane Giacconi blew right by the coverage up the left sideline, and the Timberwolves are on top. 11:16 to go, 44 seconds into this game. They have lit up the scoreboard. It's 6-0 Timberwolves. Christian Flores now on for the extra point. Cook will hold. That was about a 59-yard touchdown pass from Sullivan to Giacconi as Flores gets ready now to attempt the extra point. There's a snap, spots down, the kick is up, got the distance, and it's good. So with 11:16 to go in the game, the Timberwolves have taken the kickoff, and despite a penalty, a long touchdown pass, Fort Bragg leading 7-0. Obviously the week of not being in class hasn't affected them on that first drive. So now we'll see how their defense does without linebacker Brett Giacomella, who has been a very big force on defense all year long. Zach Silva will start also at defensive tackle and get a start. He has really come on the last couple of games. He'll be wearing number 74 tonight. He has been wearing a different number the last couple of games, but he'll be wearing 74 tonight. He'll be starting and playing instead of Matt Hodela at the defensive tackle position. So the Knights will send two men deep. Back to receive is Gideon Turner. And also back with him is Dwayne Yiggins. Yiggins is their fullback, good running back, as Cato Whitlock gets ready to kick it off. So good start for the Timberwolves. Nice long touchdown pass from Sullivan to Giacconi. 7-0. Whitlock kicks it off, a high end-over-end kick taken at about the 15-yard line up to the 20. And there's a little reverse handoff. It's dropped by Yiggins that time as Kelseyville came out with a little trick play right off the bat on the kickoff return. But didn't seem as though the coverage had bit anyway on that reverse fake there. Actually, it was sort of fumbled, and Kelseyville recovered the fumble. They'll have it first down, ball at their own 24-yard line. Logan Barrett, 6'3", 195-pound junior, is a quarterback out of that wing T offense. You'll see two backs split, and the wing T is 24 Peters split out here in the slot on the left side. He'll usually go in motion. There he goes. They give to the second back coming through. He's got some good yardage as he breaks a tackle and gets across the 40 to the 50 and hit down at about the 38 or 48-yard line by Tristan Strickland. Nice big gain that time. As Manny Sanchez came out of the backfield, breaking a tackle right near the line of scrimmage, and then breaks free for a big gain. Picking up close to about 27 yards on the carry. So it'll be first down for Kelseyville in Timberwolves territory now at the Timberwolves 48-yard line. There's play action fake, back to pass. Got some time, throws, finds a man open, complete, another first down. Pass complete that time to Gideon Turner as Barrick was right on the money that time. Nice rollout on play action. First down to the 37-yard line. And one thing Coach Perkins was worried about was his defense coming into this game with a couple of the players not starting tonight that'll get out there probably in the second quarter. But he was worried that in the first quarter that Kelseyville might have an easier time on offense. Once again out of that wing tee, this time the wing splits on the right side. The give is to the first guy coming through, and he is stopped. Dropped near the line of scrimmage. That was Zach Silva, who was on the stop. Also Sam Perkins down there getting up on the stop. And coming in was Cavender as well. So no gain on the play. Second down and 10. 9:58 to go, first quarter. Fort Bragg leading 7-0. Kelseyville, though, on the march right now. Knights come up to the line of scrimmage. Defensively, Fort Bragg sets up. Barrett, play action. got some time, getting some pressure, steps up, looks like he's going to take off running around the right side, and he is hit, breaks a tackle, gets up the right sideline, gets another first down, I think, before he's out of bounds. Nice run by Barrick as he broke out of the backfield that time.
Logan.
Out of bounds
Barrick,
right near the
ball
first
carrier.
down marker. We'll see where they spot him. He's going to be about a yard short, it looks like, so it'll be third down and a short 1 yard here. They're in 4-down territory now at the Timberwolves 28-yard line. Out of bounds, the clock stops 9:26. We haven't even played 3 minutes of this football game and still getting a lot of action here. On the far hash mark, Barrick over center, wing T, man comes in motion. Give is to Sanchez over the right side, and he's got a first down, it looks like, getting up close to the 26-yard line.
Manny Sanchez,
Where it'll be first
ball
and
carrier.
10 for
Tackle
the
made
Knights.
By number 51, Christian Cooper. Until Manny picks up a first down for the Knights.
So
at the
Kelseyville
26.
keeps their drive alive. The Timberwolves defense will see if they can stiffen here now as the Knights approach the red zone. Up to the line of scrimmage comes Kelseyville. Out of that wing T. Two back split behind Barrick. Wing back stays to the right. They give to Sanchez. Over the left side he comes, and he's stopped after a short gain. Strickland made the tackle that time, helped out by Trujillo. But he did pick up about 2 or 3
Manny
yards,
Sanchez,
setting up,
the ball
call it
carrier.
about a 4-yard
Tackle
gain,
made
actually, and
by
call it
number
second down and
35,
6. The ball now at the
Strickland.
Timberwolves 22-yard line.
Manny picks up about 4 yards on the play. It'll be second and 6.
If nothing else, the Timberwolves scored so quickly on that first drive. Kelseyville is keeping that Timberwolf offense on the sideline right now as they control the football. Second down at the Timberwolf 22-yard line. Barrick over center. Play action again. This time he's in trouble and he is sacked. As he went back to pass that time, Strickland in on the stop, or I'm sorry, that's Cavender in on the stop. Initially made the hit.
Michael Cavender on the sack.
Loss on the
Knights
play back
at the
to the 28-yard line.
27-yard line.
So it'll be third down and about 11 now.
It'll be third and 12 for the Knights.
So this is a big play for the Timberwolves defense now to see if they can stiffen them up and make a stop. One man splits left, one man splits right. The wing T, Peters in the slot on the right side. And there's Barrick with a quick pass on a screen play to the wide receiver, and he's dropped short of the first down. But like I said, they're probably in 4-down territory here. Triplett came in to help out on the stop. Cooper also on the stop for the Timberwolves, setting up fourth down and about 8.
That'll give the Knights a fourth and we'll call it 4th and 8.
Ball's at the Timberwolves 24-yard line. So this is a big play for Fort Bragg as the Timberwolves. Now looks like they're going to try for a field goal. They got their kicker out there. He'll spot it at the 31-yard line. This will be a 41-yard field goal attempt by Kelseyville. There's a snap. There's a spot. The kick is up. Boy, it's got the distance, and it is good. A 41-yard field goal in high school football. And I said, the junior varsity kicker was booming kickoff. So, I mean, the junior varsity kicker was kicking off
12,
almost to the end zone.
Alvarez
That made me think they must have a heck of a varsity kicker, and they sure do.
For the Knights.
As Alvarez
That's gotta
kicks
be
a 41-yard
Timberwolves
field goal.
Stadium record of 41 yards.
And Kelseyville's on the
Oh,
board
my.
with 6:58 to go in the first quarter. It is Fort Bragg 7 and Kelseyville 3. The crowd kind of hushed down a little bit here at Timberwolf Stadium. I thought for a moment maybe they were going to try a fake or maybe try and draw the Timberwolves offside and get a little closer, but no, they sent their kicker out, they went for it, and he boomed it with plenty of distance. How about that? Elias Alvarez, senior, 5'8", 155-pounder. My guess is he's a pretty good soccer player with a leg like that. So the Timberwolves now set to receive the kickoff. Giacconi, who scored their touchdown, is back along with Baker at about the 5-yard line as Alvarez gets ready to kick it off. Not only can he kick, he's wearing those neon bright green shoes. making a fashion statement as well. So the Timberwolves will get it again on offense, leading 7-3. And that could, in a close game for Kelseyville, having a kicker like that could make a huge difference at this level. So he tries an onside kick, and it's loose and picked up by Kelseyville. I was almost going to say they should watch for the onside kick. Asa Peters picks it up as it went right through the hands of one of the Timberwolves that time. It looked like might have been Ty Sutton. I'm not sure. Somebody had the chance to.
He didn't know who recovered it, but he knows it's a Kelseyville Knight.
So Peters gets the onside kick, and they have it right away back on the 39-yard line of the Timberwolves. So Fort Bragg's defense, who's been on the field most of this first quarter, is back out there again. First down. Barrack over center. Wing T in the right slot. Barrack gives to the first guy coming through, and he is dropped after a short gain that time as Cooper made the stop.
Dwayne Yiggins, the ball carrier.
Ronaldo Macias also in on the stop.
Tackle
Macias,
made by number 51, Tristan Cooper.
Hasn't seen a lot of action this year. With a fine job that time. About a 1 yard gain, second down and 9, the ball at about the 37-yard line of Fort Bragg. Barrett gets the play from the sideline and trots up to the line of scrimmage, or up out of the huddle to the line of scrimmage. Backs are split behind him in that traditional wing T formation. Takes a snap. Gives on a little counter to Peters, and he's got big room over the right side, still on his feet. First down inside, and a flag comes flying in, and that's going to be against the Timberwolves most likely, as a tackle was made at the 24-yard line. But if they take on another 10-yard line, it's going to be down at the 15.
Fumbles his way down close to the
there was only purple jerseys where those flags came in. So
line, but there's a penalty flag on the play.
There it is. A blow to the head against the Timberwolves. That'll be 10 yards. And Kelseyville will be at the 15-yard line, easily field goal range, and maybe more. It's a 15-yarder down to the 10, inside the 10. Oh, outside, I'm sorry, at about the 11-yard line. So it'll be first down, Kelseyville. 6:07 to go first quarter. Fort Bragg leading 7-3. But their offense has only been out on the field for one series, which culminated in a touchdown. The rest of the first quarter has been all Kelseyville on offense. Barrack over center. Man comes in motion. They give to Sanchez. Up the middle he goes. Decent gain inside the 10 down to the 6-yard line as Cooper made the stop.
Sanchez, the ball carrier, tackle made
Picked
by
up about 5 yards.
Manny brings the ball to the
now inside the 10 down to the, call it the 8-yard line of the Timberwolves. Second down.
And 6 for the night.
5:40 to go first quarter. Kelseyville's got to be feeling pretty good about things right now. Even though they trail at this time, it's early in the game. Fort Bragg's defense taking a little time setting up. Barrack over center for the Knights. Gives to the first man, Sanchez. He's right up the middle. He gets some decent yardage as he dives forward. We'll see where they spot him. Up close to the first down, I think. It might be third and short. It looks like it's going to be third and about 2. The ball inside the 5-yard line at the 4-yard line. They can get a first down right at the 1-yard line. So the defense here now for the Timberwolves needs a big play. They've been keeping the ball on the ground. Sanchez in the backfield. Along with him is Kyle Moore. Barrack, third and short. Keeps it himself as he rolls to his right. Might have been a mix-up on the play. I think he's short of the first down, setting up fourth down now.
The ball carrier.
It looked like he turned to hand it off and no one was there, and he just was very smart to just keep the ball and dive forward. But no gain on the play. It's fourth and short. So another big play. Do they send out the unit to kick a field goal, or do they go for it here? They look over to the sideline. It looks like Barrack's going to come in, and they're going to go for it. Fourth down and 2. So big play early on in this game. 4:21 to go first quarter. Fort Bragg leading 7-3, but the Knights, with fourth down at the 3-yard line, are going to go for it here. Sanchez, the man to watch in the backfield. Barrack over center, and he calls a timeout. I think they might have been close to a delay of game penalty, so they called a timeout.
Timeout, Knights. Hey, well, I have this timeout.
So we'll take a timeout. Fort Bragg leading 7-3, but Kelseyville knocking on the door.
Fire victims. That's
4:08 to go
October
first quarter.
17th. of Fort Bragg.
So Coach Perkins out there, who had said before the game when we had our little pregame chat on the field to get set for this telecast, he was a little concerned about his defense early on in this game, mainly because some of the starters aren't out there playing, most notably among them Matt Hodela. So 4th down and goal. I mean, this is it at the 3-yard line, or about the 2-yard line, I guess. As Barrick over center, far hash mark. Man comes in motion. Snap is given. Give to Sanchez. Rolling, diving, fighting. He's in, I think. One of the players gives a touchdown signal. The official has not, though. But he could get a first down if he's inside the 1. And that's it. He got inside the 1. So it's 1st and goal at the 1 now.
Man in the white hat says Manny Sanchez got enough for a first down.
Good second effort by Sanchez.
1st and goal at the
5'11", 200-pound senior fullback. So the Kelseyville Knights look like they're probably going to take the lead here now. 3:58 to go first quarter as they have it 1st and goal inside the 1-yard line. See if Fort Bragg stiffens up on defense here. You know they're going to probably run the football. No reason to throw it at this point. There's a quarterback sneak, and he's in. Touchdown, Kelseyville. The Knights have taken the lead. It's Kelseyville 9, Fort Bragg 7.
1-yard TD run
as their onside kick pays off. They had an onside kick. They started at the Timberwolves 39-yard line. They went right downfield and scored a touchdown. Going forward on 4th down and 3 for a touchdown, 2 for a first down. They got the first down, and the next play they're in on a quarterback keeper. Quiets the crowd down a little bit now as strong-legged Elias Alvarez on now for the extra point, which could end up at Patton Field. His kick is up. It's good. So the score, 3:38 to go first quarter. How about that? Kelseyville 10, Fort Bragg 7.
That makes the score of the Knights 10 and the Timberwolves 0.
So this will be the 3rd game in a row that Fort Bragg has really had a little trouble. They're going to have to come from behind, although they were never behind Lower Lake, but they were battling the Trojans in the first half until they broke it open in the second half. They were trailing Middletown early, 7-0. They came back and tied it by halftime and ended up breaking that game open in the second half, and they're going to have to do it again here tonight at home, trailing now 10-3. As Kelseyville, with that onside kick, is sending off their kicking team to kick it off here. Timberwolves, fool me once, that's okay. Fool me twice, it's not. Oh, hopefully their front line is a little more ready for a potential onside kick this time around. So Kelseyville with a 10-3 or 10-7 lead, that is, 3:38 to go first quarter. Alvarez to kick it off. Baker and Giacconi deep to receive. Tamayo and Brad Giacomello, the up man, at about the 25-yard line. Alvarez this time, another short high kick. And again, it's up for grabs, and this time the Timberwolves have it, I think. A flag goes flying in. Trujillo comes up with the football. It's at the 34-yard line, and we'll sort out the flag. If it's against Kelseyville, that'll move the ball up a little closer to midfield for the Timberwolves to start the drive.
Threw his flag. We'll wait to see what the call is.
Personal foul, blow to the head against Kelseyville. Now they've put the ball down where the ball was down. Here comes another flag flying in. Oh, it's back. They're throwing a flag to the official that threw the flag before they mark off the penalty.
Penalties against the Knights for helmet to helmet. Timberwolves will take over.
So that's a 15-yarder, and it'll be right at midfield now for Fort Bragg, trailing 10-7. So a pretty good starting position for the Timberwolves as they send out Giacconi and Triplett split out to the left. Strickland in the backfield with Kaylor Sullivan on the near hash mark. 2 men split out to the right. Sullivan takes a snap, looking left, throwing to Triplett. He makes a catch and drops the football. Had it for a moment, but a good stick over there by Peters that time, and he dropped the football. 2nd down and 10. 3:28 to go, first quarter. Kelseyville leading 10-7. 2nd down and 10 for the Timberwolves, right at midfield. Out of that spread formation. Sullivan looking back to pass, rolling left now, is in trouble, stops, throws, pass is incomplete. Intended for Trujillo that time. That was a tough pass. He was throwing that ball back across his body after starting to his left, so it's going to set up 3rd and 10. Clock stops, only 7 seconds gone by on that incompletion. So it'll be 3rd and 10 at midfield for Fort Bragg. Trailing in this game. Sullivan fakes right. In trouble. Now he's going to take off running. He's got first down yardage and more. Across the 40 to the 35, and down he goes at the 30-yard line as they pile on him a little bit. But Sullivan, the last couple of games, has broke out nicely when he finds coverage, and most of the defense downfield covering his receivers. He takes off running and does a nice job that time as he picked up about 20 yards. First down, Fort Bragg at the Kelseyville 30-yard line. That was a big play. 3rd down and 10. 20-yard scamper that time from quarterback Kaylor Sullivan. Out of the spread, Strickland in the backfield with him. Back to pass. Looking left, steps forward again, is going to take off again. Gets double-team tackle down inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line. Got to watch out when your star quarterback is running the football. You hope that doesn't get hurt. Picked up about 6 that time. 2nd down and 4.
Adrian Arroyo.
We haven't seen him run Strickland yet. They've got a 4-man front. Everybody else is pretty deep. Seems like a running play right up the middle with your big back might gain some yardage here. Let's see what they call. No, he's back to pass again. Looking, throwing, short pass caught by Strickland. Makes a catch, first down. Inside the 15, down to about the 11-yard line. Picks up about 12 yards that time. First down, Timberwolves.
Complete to Tristan Strickland.
So Fort Bragg's offense clicking now. 2:23 to go first quarter. They're trailing 10-7.
Timberwolves pick up a first down at the.
So we'll see what they come up with here now. 1st and 10 on the far hash mark. Strickland remains in the backfield. He's yet to carry the ball yet out of the spread formation. Sullivan. Long count, takes a snap. This time quick pass, incomplete for Trujillo. They set up that little screen to the outside receiver that time, but it's incomplete. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. Clock stops, 2:02 to go first quarter. Fort Bragg trailing 10-7.
10 at the 11 for the Wolves.
Kelseyville's defense right now basically looks like they're running a they got a 4-man front. Kind of a 4-4. Back to pass, Sullivan. Looking, throws a zinger, and it's incomplete. Dropped that time by Trujillo. He's got to be upset. He did maybe hear some footsteps. Manny Sanchez was bearing down on him that time. And it looked like he was trying to make a little spin move before the catch. So now it's 3rd and goal at the 11. Surprised again that Fort Bragg has not had a running play with the defense the way it's set up. We got a timeout called now by somebody.
Timeout.
Kelseyville's called a timeout. 1:58 to go first quarter. It's Kelseyville 10, Fort Bragg 7. As Coach Perkins comes out now to talk with his offense. They did score their first series on a 59-yard pass from Kaylor Sullivan to Shane Giacconi up the left sideline. They've moved the ball from midfield down to about the 11-yard line, but a lot of that yardage picked up when Sullivan took off running, unable to find an open receiver. But so far, they have not run the football in a traditional sense with the running back taking a handoff, and on 3rd and 10, they're unlikely to try it here. The safeties are back. Twin safeties for the Kelseyville Knights are back near the goal line. Triplets split out to the left. Giacconi slotted inside of him. 2 men split out right. That's Brad Giacomella and Austin Trujillo. Sullivan takes a snap, rolling this way to the right. Rolling, looking, getting some pressure now. Throws, caught, touchdown Timberwolves. Shane Giacconi, who slotted on the left side, came all the way across the formation and made the catch. Another beautiful job by Kaylor Sullivan, finding the open man on 3rd down and 10 from the 11-yard line. Fort Bragg takes the lead, 13-10, 1:50 to go first quarter. The thing about Sullivan, he's such a good passer, but he also can find the open man, and that's a good combination. I mean, there's plenty of kids at this level at high school that have good arms, can throw the football, but to be able to see the defense, read the defense, and find the open man and throw on the run like he did there, that's a special kid at quarterback this year, to be certain. All right, Cook for the hold. Here's the snap, spots down, Flores' kick is up, got plenty of distance, and it's good. And with 1:50 to go in the first quarter, Timberwolves Stadium, Fort Bragg leads 14-10 over the Kelseyville Knights. We'll see if that Fort Bragg defense can stiffen up a little bit. Kelseyville Knights looking pretty good on offense so far tonight. They've driven down for scores each time they've had the football, a touchdown and a field goal. Of course, their touchdown set up on an onside kick following a 41-yard field goal here by their kicker, Elias Alvarez. So 2 touchdown passes for Sullivan. That one 11 yards to Shane Giacconi. The first one was about 59 yards to Shane Giacconi. He's caught both touchdown passes. Lucas Triplett seeing a lot of double coverage now on that far side. He was split outside. Giacconi was slotted inside of him. I didn't see where Triplett went on the route, but I believe he went on the flag to the other side. That drew the safety with him. That gave Giacconi an open field to cross the formation, and he did just that and was wide open on the right side after starting out on the slot on the left. So Cato Whitlock will kick it off now for the Timberwolves. Deep to receive for Kelseyville is Gideon Turner, and along with him is Dwayne Yiggins. And Whitlock's kick, a short high kick, and it bounces out of bounds at about the 30 or 25-yard line, which will give Kelseyville good field position to start their drive here. 1:50 to go. No time expired on the clock on that. So I believe they spot that at the 35-yard line when you kick it out of bounds. If it goes at least that far anyway. So first down Kelseyville out of that wing tee. Logan Barrick steps up to the line of scrimmage, looks it over. Fake. Give to Peters coming across from the wing tee formation, and he's got some positive yardage. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage. Picked up about 3 yards that time. Nice play action fake that time by Barrick as he faked to the back Sanchez and then gave it to the wing tee coming across the front.
Tackle made by Michael Cavender.
And picked up about 3 or 4 yards. Called second down along 6.
At the 37 for the Knights.
Clock running, 1:21 to go first quarter. Fort Bragg leading 14-10. Under the lights here at Timberwolves Stadium. This game got a very late start. Started well after 8 o'clock. Barrick over center, out of his wing tee formation. Give, first man through, and he's got a short gain that time. Maybe a yard, up to about the 40-yard line, setting up third down. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. I thought, as Sanchez now limping off for Kelseyville, hopefully he's okay, but he's favoring that left leg as he goes off. He scored the touchdown for Kelseyville and really has been getting a bulk of the yardage for the Knights on the ground. So up to the line of scrimmage comes Kelseyville. Third down and 5. Big play here. Man comes in motion. Barrick back to pass. Got time, and he's hit and sacked. Cavender got him from behind. Fumble on the play, and I think the Timberwolves may have it. That's the signal. Fort Bragg recovers a fumble as Cavender leveled Barrick that time at about the 38-yard line, and Fort Bragg has recovered with 16.8 seconds to go in this first quarter. Silva recovering the Timberwolves fumble, or the Kelseyville fumble, that is, as Fort Bragg will have it now on offense. Cook now in the game, split out here to the right. Strickland remains in the backfield with Sullivan. Sullivan back to pass. Steps forward. Now he's in trouble dancing around, and he's going to go down. He's sacked. He's back all the way at the 45-yard line, about a 12-yard loss that time. And that'll be the last play of the first quarter. So the score at the end of 12 minutes, it is Fort Bragg 14 and Kelseyville 10.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score. The Timberwolves 14 and the Knights from Kelseyville 10.
By the way, Sanchez came back on the field for the Knights on defense. So good to see him back out there. You don't like to see kids get hurt. And out of a game, no matter what team they're playing for. So the Timberwolves yet to run the football. They've been throwing out of that spread formation on every play. And I would think that at this point, sometime or another, they're going to run that football. Their feature back, Brett Giacomella, hasn't played either on offense or defense, favoring a shin splint injury. They want to make sure that he's healthy for the rest of the season. The thing about shin splints is they can be a nagging injury, and if you don't take care of them and you don't rest, which is really the only way to take care of it, then they can be with you the entire season. And still some big games coming up for Fort Bragg. They've still got to play Willits, the big showdown in St. Helena coming up here in a couple of weeks. So anyway, second down and 22 now for the Timberwolves. They can get a first down at about the 23-yard line of Kelseyville. The ball at about the 49. Sullivan, as the second quarter starts, back to pass, getting pressure again. Short little screen pass over the middle to Strickland. Breaks one tackle to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, and wrapped up and tackled at about the 29-yard line, but he picked up some good yardage that time. Picked up about 15 yards up to the 30-yard line, setting up third down at about 8. Good play call that time as they let the defensive ends come in. And the blockers waiting for a moment and then stepped up and gave Strickland a nice lane to take off and gain some good yardage that time. So third down now and about 7 for the Timberwolves at the Kelseyville 30-yard line. Sullivan. Back to pass, looking to his left, throws, caught by Triplett, first down and out of bounds, or his knee went down at the 22. That's going to be short of the first down. Well, let's see. I think it's a first down, but his knee hit the ground before he turned to run. It is a first down. So that didn't hurt the Timberwolves. That Triplett had his knee hit the ground. So it's first down on a big third down play at Kelseyville 21-yard line, 11:08 to go here. Second quarter, Fort Bragg 14, Kelseyville 10. Strickland remains in the backfield along with Sullivan. Sullivan back to pass, looking to his right, getting some pressure. Now he's off and running again up to the 20-yard line and inside the 15, where he goes down at about the 13-yard line, close to another Timberwolves first down, but short. Picked up about 8 yards. It'll be second down and 2.
Tackle made by number 8, Logan Barrick.
So the Timberwolves now get the play from the sideline as the coaches put up those color-coded cards. Giacconi and Triplett split out left. Baker split out to the right. Cook outside of him as Sullivan back to pass, looking to his left, now to his right. Throws right over the middle, and the ball's nearly intercepted that time. Good read by Kyle Moore as Moore stepped in front of the intended receiver, Baker, and nearly picked it off. Third and short.
That'll bring up 3rd and 3 for the Timberwolves.
Still like to see
on the 14-yard
how they do running the football. They still have not had a traditional running play. The only yardage gained on foot has been Sullivan when he scrambled out of the pocket on a pass play. Strickland in the backfield with him. Back to pass again. Throws, caught by Triplett, and he spins inside the 10. First down at about the 9-yard line. So it's first and goal now for the Timberwolves.
Tackle made by Asa Peters.
Good drive by the Timberwolves here. 10-12 to go, second quarter. leading 14-10 and trying to put some more points on the board here.
9-yard line.
Sullivan looks over to the coaches on the sideline and gets the play. Baker in the slot on the right side. Triplett and Giacconi split out left. Cook split outside of Baker to the right. Sullivan back to pass, looking left, throws it back over the middle, incomplete to Giacconi, who cut across the formation again. Triplett had one-on-one coverage in the corner of the end zone that time. Those are the things you look for if you can look off the safety and get Triplett one-on-one. Just throw it up there and let him jump up and get it. So it'll be second and goal at the 9-yard line. Strickland in the backfield with Sullivan, near hash mark. Kelseyville shows blitz. Here they come. Extra man rushing this time. Sullivan's pass is caught by Strickland at the 7 to the 5 and stopped right short of the 5-yard line, setting up third and goal. Still, the Timberwolves keeping the ball in the air throughout their entire time on the field here with their offense out of that spread formation. So it'll be third down at the 5-yard line, third and goal.
Third and goal for the Timberwolves.
Leading 14-10. Triplett splits out left. The safety's kind of cheating out with him now. They're looking for him. Looking pass. Caught by Triplett. Beautiful bullet. As they took one step to the outside of the flag, went right back to the post, and Sullivan found him with a bullet. Good coverage that time by Asa Peters, but it didn't matter as Kaylor Sullivan put it right between the 1 and the 0, and Triplett has such good hands, made the catch diving into the end zone on the post pattern. So the Timberwolves make it 20-10 now, 9:34 to go in the half. Flores on to try the extra point now. There's a snap, spots down, the kick is up, it's short, but it makes it over the goalpost. So with 9:34 to go in the first half, it's Fort Bragg 21 and Kelseyville 10. And the Timberwolves have scored 14 points here after trailing in this one 10-7. So after a few penalties early on in this game, both teams have played it penalty-free for a while. That was kind of a neat play the Timberwolves ran that time. I was watching, obviously, the ball, but I think Triplett, it looked to me like they thought maybe the corner fade route was coming up because he split way out to the left. The corner was with him. I saw the safety that time, Gideon Turner, get it, try and come over to help out, and I think they thought maybe the corner fade was coming, and so Turner kind of cheated a little bit outside, and instead Triplett ran inside, and he got inside the cornerback on him, Asa Peters, and the safety was back behind him, and Sullivan found him for a beautiful bullet pass and a touchdown. So Kadu Whitlock will kick it off for the Timberwolves as Kelseyville once again back to receive as Turner along with Yiggins. There's a knuckle kick, and again it goes out of bounds. So again, Kelseyville will start at the 35-yard line as Whitlock keeps kicking it out of bounds on the kickoff. Well, he's done it twice in a row anyway. So the Knights will have it 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Cooper,
the Knights will take over
Sutton,
1st and 10 at the 35
Perkins along the line for the Timberwolves, along with Zach Silva, Jasper Estes, and Brad Giacomo on the outside linebacker spot. Back to passes, Barrett, got time, throws, got a man open, makes a catch. That's Turner, and he's brought down near midfield by Strickland, but not before he gets a first down for the Knights. Good throw that time by Logan Barrett.
To number 22.
Well, just short of midfield at the 49-yard line of Kelseyville.
49-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the night.
Plenty of time for Bragg that time to throw the football. So once again running that wing T. Slot Peters, the wing man on the left side now. Backs are split. Gives to the second man through, and he is dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Little or no gain that time. That was Kyle Moore, the running back. Perkins made the stop for the Timberwolves.
Kyle Moore, the ball carrier.
Got it just across midfield. Maybe a yard gain, second down and 9.
A gain of about a width of that line. It's 2nd and 9.
21-10, Fort Bragg leading. We're in the first half.
49-yard line.
Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com. Thanks for watching our game here this evening. And if you're watching it at a tape delay or a video delay, Barrick, play action, back to pass. Getting pressure from Jasper Estes. Gets away from one, and then Zach Silva's there to finish him off. And Brett Giacomello's in the game now at linebacker.
Zach Silva on the sack.
Also Perkins in on helping
Big
out.
Pressure comes from Jasper Estes of the Timberwolves back at the
About a 6-yard loss, setting up third down now at about 15. They got to get up to the Timberwolves 40-yard line for a first down. The safety Giacconi is back near the first down marker for the Timberwolves. The corners, Triplett and Tamayo, about 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. Brett Giacomello now back at inside linebacker along with Tristan Strickland, the two big guys. Back to passes Barrick, setting up a screen. Pass is tipped and knocked away by Sam Perkins, who's really had a great series here on defense. Setting up fourth down now.
Timberwolves tap the pass down. That'll bring up
and Kelseyville will
at the
probably have to punt it away. Tamayo deep to receive for the Timberwolves. 7:49 to go in the half. Fort Bragg 21, Kelseyville 10. Triplets back there with Tamayo. Timberwolves scramble to get their punt return team out there. And punting will be Alvarez, who kicked a 41-yard field goal in this game. And the snap is high. He gets the snap and slips, trying to punt the ball. It's on the ground. The Timberwolves have it. And Alvarez that time just slipped his plant foot as he went to plant to kick the ball. It was kind of a high snap, so he had to step sideways. And he slipped and fell.
37-yard line, that's where they'll take over.
And it'll be first down, Fort Bragg at the Kelseyville 38-yard line. So the last thing Kelseyville wanted to do was give the Timberwolves field position to start a drive down in their own territory. Triplett split out left. Sullivan out of the spread formation, looking Triplett's way, throwing deep. Safety's there, passes up, and there's Triplett making the catch. Throw it up for grabs, and that kid will get it almost every time. Inside the 10, first and goal. He had double coverage. He beat Tyler Smith. The safety came over, but it was too late. And beautiful catch by Lucas Triplett as he jumped up to take it out of the air.
Down inside the 10-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 7-yard line.
So it'll be first and goal Timberwolves on that play. Sullivan with Tamayo in the backfield with him, rolling to his right this time. Rolling, looking, throws deep, got a man there. Touchdown Timberwolves, Shane Giacconi. And Kaylor Sullivan is finding the open man again. That's the third touchdown for Shane Giacconi. And Sullivan
for the Timberwolves.
Once again getting the job done, making it look easy out there. And it's now 27-10 as Flores on to kick the extra point. Flores wears number 11 out there on the field now. Cook, the holder for the Timberwolves. There's a snap, spots down, the kick is up, got plenty of distance this time, and it's good. Christian Flores has really done a good job with his extra points after a tough time against Lower Lake. He's made every one since. So it's Fort Bragg 28, Kelseyville 10, 7:27 to go in the half, as Fort Bragg trailing 10-7 just a few minutes ago has scored 3 straight touchdowns Kaylor Sullivan has thrown the ball. They still have not run a running play this entire game. Sullivan has scrambled, so there has been some yardage gained on the ground, but everything has been out of the passing formation when the coverage is there and the pass isn't there for him to throw. He's scrambled and actually made some nice scrambles so far. Starting to chill down now tonight. Good night for earmuffs and stocking caps as the Timberwolves are leading 28-10. All right, ready to kick it off is Kadu Whitlock. If there's been any problems tonight for the Timberwolves, it's been perhaps his kickoffs. The last two have gone out of bounds. That's kind of, you're quibbling when you're pointing that out. Anyway, back to receive once again. Turner along with him, Yiggins. Here's the kick. This time it's down the middle of the field. It's taken at the 25 to the 27 to the 30 to the 35. Still on his feet and rolling, and he dropped the football. The Fort Bragg has it. Picked up by Tyler Baker. He's running up the left sideline to about the 30-yard line. Well, how about that? A turn of events that time as Adrian Arroyo, one of the up men for the Kelseyville Knights, got the kickoff and actually was having a great run back. But suddenly the ball was knocked loose. I didn't see who made contact to knock the ball loose, but it was picked up alertly by Tyler Baker, and he runs it back to the Kelseyville 30-yard line, and Fort Bragg's offense is in business again, leading 28-10. Two men split left, or three men are split out here to the left. Timeout called by Kelseyville. Well, the Knights starting to wear down a little bit now. They had an opportunity there early on in this game, leading 10-7.
Broadcasting this game right now. It'll be re-aired probably tomorrow tomorrow Saturday, probably Sunday or Monday. Go check it out on Mendocino TV.
So after this timeout, Fort Bragg
right
first
now.
and 10 at the Kelseyville 30-yard line. Around Coach Perkins. So the Timberwolves, let's see if they actually run the football this time.
I got hot news off of the wire. It's live right now on MendocinoTV.com. It's being broadcast live on the web right now. So
here we go. First down now as they send out the offense. Trujillo, after the timeout, splits out to the right. Three men split out left, Giacconi, Triplett, and Baker. That's the same formation before the timeout. On the near sideline, Strickland in the backfield along with Sullivan. Sullivan back to pass, looks left now, looks light, throws deep, got a man there, jumps up. Did he make the catch? He did! Trujillo down at about the 1-yard line, and Austin Trujillo in double coverage that time went up and caught the football. Beautifully thrown pass. And the Knights have to wonder, what do they have to do? Tyler Smith had great coverage that time. He was helped along there in double coverage, but it didn't matter. Trujillo went up and caught a perfectly thrown pass. First down and goal at the 1-yard line. 29-yard pass that time. Sullivan with Strickland in the backfield with him. Takes a snap, looks left, throws, pass is caught. And it's a touchdown, Timberwolves, as Shane Giacconi gets his fourth touchdown pass. And it's now 34-10.
For a half-yard TD pass.
So Flores on to kick the extra point. There's just been it's like a pinball machine up there on the scoreboard. The points are just lighting up as if the ball's bouncing off the bumpers. Cook will spot the ball for the extra point as Flores on to kick it. There's a snap, spots down and hold it. We got penalty flags. I think Kelseyville may have jumped or else one of the Timberwolves moved. It is a legal procedure against the Timberwolves. So 5 yards back, and Flores will try it again.
Penalties against the Timberwolves for a false start. That'll move them back 5 yards for this.
Boy, it's hard to believe that Kelseyville led 10-7 in the first quarter. Fort Bragg scored 28 or 27 unanswered points so far. Trying to make it 28 here. Now the extra point will be from the 15-yard line, about 25-yarder. There's a snap, spot's down, kick is up, it's got the distance, and it's good. No good, wide right. Thought it was good, but it was just to the side of the
extra
upright.
Point
so,
no good. That makes the score. The Timberwolves
6:48 to go here in the half. It's Fort Bragg 34, Kelseyville 10. You can feel that wind starting to pick up a little bit. Remember, there is a chance of rain probably later tonight. But it's certainly not a warm wind. It's chilling down a little bit. So Fort Bragg gets set to kick it off here. Again, we don't have stats here with our webcast and our live stream telecast, but Sullivan has definitely got quite a few yards passing, and we're not even to halftime yet. He's thrown 5 touchdown passes, 1 to Triplett and 4 to Giacani. Trujillo almost had one a minute ago. There's Whitlock's kick. Nice end-over-end kick. Bounces and is taken by Yiggins at the 5, up to the 10, to the 15. Across the 20 to about the 23, where he's dropped by the Timberwolves. So Kelseyville will have it on offense now. 6:40 to go in the half.
Dwayne Yiggins takes the kickoff up close to the 25-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 24-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights.
So Kelseyville, see what they could do now. They had success their first 2 drives, a field goal and a touchdown, but after that, they've struggled a little bit. Logan Barrick at quarterback out of that wing tee. Back to pass, and then down he goes. He's sacked again, and the ball's loose, still loose. They're saying the ground caused a fumble as Tristan Cooper hit Logan Barrick pretty good that time, and Barrick slow getting up. One of the Timberwolves a little slow getting up too. That's Zach Silva. Don't want anything to happen to him or to quarterback Barrick.
Says the ball was down
Ball's at the 29-yard line of Kelseyville on the sack. Down to 6 minutes to go, and Silva's coming out. Looks like his, not sure if it's his arm or his hand. Looked like something got hurt that time. You got Sutton across the line. Perkins, Cooper. Set it up here now as Barrick gives to Sanchez. Sanchez fights for some good yardage over the left side before he's gang tackled close to the original line of scrimmage. Picked up about 5 yards. Setting up 3rd down and 10. It's nice when Kelseyville has the ball because the clock continues to run. That spread offense, when you throw the football, they're either moving the chains up with the clock stopped or it's incomplete. And I've said it before during our telecasts this season, these Timberwolf high school football games will go longer than a professional game, even though they play only 12-minute quarters. It can be sometimes up to 4 hours long. Back to pass, maybe not that long. 3.5, though. Barrick, back to pass, rolling right, gets out of trouble. Nice man up the sideline, nice read, and he's out of bounds, but not before a 1st down. That was Kyle Moore who made the catch. Nice read by Barrick that time as he rolled to his right and saw that Moore was breaking up the sideline and hit him on the run that time, and that'll give the Knights a 1st down at their own 47-yard line. Under 5 minutes to go in this first half. Up to the line of scrimmage come the Knights now as Barrick out of that wing tee. Back to pass again. Looks over the middle. Short pass caught by Peters. Up the right sideline he goes. He's out of bounds at about the 40. Giacani knocks him out of bounds. Looks like another 1st down for Kelseyville. Clock stops at 4:49 to go in the half, and a penalty flag is down right at the football. It'll be against the Timberwolves, no doubt. Maybe another one of those head blows. Let's see what the call is. personal foul against the Timberwolves. They didn't say what it was.
Logan Barrett's pass was complete to Asa Peters.
That'll be another.
After Asa goes out of bounds, as a late hit on the Timberwolves. That'll give the Knights
10 yards, or is it 15? It's 15 down at the Timberwolves 25-yard line. So that's a big penalty. So Kelseyville trailing 34-10, 4:49 to go on the march now. Big play was that sack when the fumble was caused by the ground. Otherwise, the Timberwolves may have had the football. Instead, Kelseyville's on the march, trailing. Out of that wing tee, Barrick waits for formation to get set. Now he's over center, takes a snap, back to pass. Looks over the middle again. Pass is caught, I think. No, incomplete. Hit the ground first. Intended for Asa Peters, incomplete.
Kelseyville's pass is incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
So it'll be second down now. Clock stops, 4:43 to go in the half. Next week, the Timberwolves travel to Willits. Tonight's a big game in this league. St. Helena is in Middletown playing the Mustangs. St. Helena has not lost in league play. The Mustangs have lost once. That was last week to Fort Bragg. So that's a big game to watch. All right, Barrick back to pass. Looking for a swing pass, and he's sacked as Jasper Estes comes from behind and takes him down.
Jasper Estes on the sack.
About a 5-yard loss.
Around the 30-yard line.
Third down. Clock continues to run on a sack.
31-yard line.
As long as you keep the quarterback in bounds, and normally he is in bounds. Third down and 15. They can get a first down at the Timberwolves 16-yard line. They have it at about the 31-yard line. Barrick getting the play in from the sideline. Coach Larson steps into the huddle. And the Knights come up to the line of scrimmage. One man splits left. One man splits right out of that wing tee. One man comes in motion. Barrick back to pass. Throws. Pass is caught. Short of the first down as Giacconi stops the man Peters, but it's 4-down territory here. So it'll be 4th down at about 5, I think. Or we'll call it 4 for the Knights. Clock continues to go. 3:36 to go in the half.
It'll be 4th and 4 at the 19-yard line for the Knights.
So a big play for both teams here. Kelseyville wants to try and hang around in this game. So they got to get into the end zone if they can here on this drive. Fort Bragg, meanwhile, of course, wants to come up with a stop. Deep down now inside the red zone. 4th down and 4. Backs are split behind Barrick. Barrick back to pass. Looking, throwing for the end zone. Incomplete. Went for the old flag route that time on the corner. And incomplete. The Timberwolves take over on downs. I thought maybe they'd give the ball to Manny Sanchez. He's had some pretty good yardage against the Timberwolves defense in this first half, but that time they went to the air instead and went for it all and came up empty. So Fort Bragg with 3:04 to go in the half will take over. First down, the ball on their own 29-yard line. Their own 19-yard line. Triplett splitting way out here to the left. One man on him, the safety, hasn't rotated over here yet. Now he sees what's going on and is kind of cheating this way. Sullivan back to pass. Short pass over the middle, caught by Strickland. Strickland cuts back, getting some good yardage. Got a first down across the 30-yard line down to about the 33-yard line. That time by putting Triplett way out here to the left near the sideline with the ball on the far hash mark. That brought the safety and the quarterback rotated over. There's 2 less men to cover that screen over the middle. Now they split out Baker, Brad Giacomella, and Triplett left side. One man split out to the right. Sullivan on the far hash mark. Takes a snap. Looking, throwing deep for Triplett. He's there. He's got it at the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown Timberwolves. A perfect pass from Kaylor Sullivan. From the far hash mark up the left sideline. You just got to tip your cap to this kid. 68-yard touchdown pass. I believe, again, that's unofficial. make that a 64-yard touchdown pass, I think it was. Anyway, doesn't matter. Lucas Triplett beat him by a step. When that ball left Kaylor Sullivan's hand, Triplett was still behind the coverage. But Sullivan threw it perfectly, and Triplett just turned on the jets, sped by the defender, who made a leaping dive to try and prevent that pass, but Triplett caught it in stride and took it up the left sideline into the end zone, and it's 40-10 here, and we're not even to halftime. There's the extra point attempt by Flores. It's good. And the score with 2:35 to go in the half, Fort Bragg 41, Kelseyville 10.
Makes the score of the Wolves 41 and the Knights 10.
And they're starting to drop it on them now. And I'm sure that the folks from Kelseyville that have come over to watch this game are shaking their heads at the accuracy of a kid who's only in high school. And if you're watching on our coverage here in high def on MendocinoTV.com, you can see what I mean. I mean, that was just an amazing pass, perfectly thrown, and Triplett never missed a beat. He sped by the defender in stride, didn't have to slow down, and took it the distance for a touchdown. Beautiful pass from Kaylor Sullivan. And again, I don't have a stat man, but I think he's pretty close to 300-yard passing, and we're not even at halftime yet. So Katie Whitlock will tee it up and kick it off. 41-10. 2:35 to go in the half. It's been a big second quarter for the Timberwolves. Again, back to receive is Yiggins. Along with him is, I think that might be Tyler Smith back there this time. Or that's Smith that takes the kickoff. And here's the reverse given to Peters around the left side. They set it up pretty nicely. Peters cuts inside. He's across the 30 to the 40 to the 45 to the 50. Finally rid out of bounds at midfield. And maybe a late hit. So that'll be another personal foul against the Timberwolves, and that'll give Kelseyville the ball up to about the Timberwolves' 35-yard line.
I seen a yellow flag go in the air over there on the far
I may have
side.
been
We'll wait and see what the call is.
Jumped the gun on that call from here since it was so far away, but I think it was a late hit out of bounds. There it is, personal foul called against the Timberwolves. And it occurred at about midfield, so they'll mark off some extra yardage back into Timberwolf territory. Still 2:23 to go here in the half.
The 35-yard line will be 1st and 10 for the Knights.
So we'll take a little break in our coverage at halftime. What we'll do is we'll put the camera static on the scoreboard, so if you're watching, you can come back and watch the second half if you're watching this live. 1st and 10, Knights at the 35. Barrick rolling to his right. Play action. Stumbling, in trouble. Now he's going to take off and run. And Brett Giacomella makes a tackle, and here come penalty flags again, flying in. And we'll see what this call is all about, but it came in at the point of contact, which probably means it's against the Timberwolves again. Although they're talking to Fort Bragg. Well, maybe it's a face mask against the Timberwolves. Another big penalty. This happened against Middletown last week. The Mustangs scoring a touchdown at the end of the game, getting 45 out of the 55 yards on their drive from penalties. So the face mask call against the Timberwolves goes to the 22-yard line. First down, Kelseyville.
23-yard line.
Logan Barrick out of that wing tee. Sanchez, the lone back behind him, back to pass. Throws, passes incomplete behind his man. Stopping the clock, less than 2 minutes to go in the half. This game did start late, but with a lot of incomplete passes and penalties and everything else going on, it's another penalty, by the way, on this play, illegal procedure against the Knights.
Penalties against the Knights for a false start.
So they'll back up a little bit. Still be first down. We back out to about the 29-yard line, I think. Well, actually, I'm sorry. The penalties declined by the Timberwolves, so it'll be second down.
Penalties against the Knights for a false start. The Timberwolves decline it. It'll be second and 10.
41-10. Fort Bragg leading, 1:57 to go here in this first half. As Logan Barrick up to the line of scrimmage for the Knights. Sanchez alone back behind him out of the wing tee. Back to pass. Pump fake. Gets away from one man. Rolling to his left. Pass is caught. First down and more. With the ball is Peters inside the 10 down to about, well, I think about the 6-yard line is where they're going to mark it.
To number 24, Asa Peters doing the jitterbug down there inside the 5-yard line.
They spot the ball right at the 5-yard line, so it's first and goal.
Actually, they're going to mark it at the 6. It'll be first and goal at the 6.
The Knights, minute 34 to go in the half, knocking on the door. There's the give to Sanchez, and he is, or I'm sorry, that wasn't Sanchez that time. It was Kyle Moore, the running back. He got inside down to about the 2-yard line, I think. Now they spot it right at about the 1-yard line.
Asa Peters, the ball carrier, brings the ball down to the 2-yard line. It'll be second and goal for the Knights.
And the official stops action here. 1:07 to go. Timberwolves have called a timeout with 1:07 to go. Leading 41-10.
Hey, I'd like
well,
to
the
remind you folks, this game is
Timberwolves,
being
if you
aired live right now
just
on
happened to tune in live, they were actually trailing in this one 10-7. They had a field goal kick by Elias Alvarez, a 41-yard field goal, after the Timberwolves scored a touchdown when Kaylor Sullivan hit Shane Giacconi up the left sideline. So it was 7-3 at that time. Then Kelseyville kicked an onside kick, moved the ball downfield. Manny Sanchez ran it in for a touchdown, and Kelseyville actually led this game 10-7. After that, it's been all Timberwolves scoring 31 unanswered points, as Kaylor Sullivan has hit Lucas Triplett for a couple of touchdowns. Shane Giacconi has also caught, I think, 4 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken. 3 touchdowns. Anyway, you start losing track on a game the way Kaylor Sullivan's been throwing the football here. Anyway, here we go. Second down and goal at about the 2. They give to Sanchez. He goes right into the end zone. Touchdown, Kelseyville. And I was kind of surprised when they had it fourth down a few plays ago that they didn't give him the football. But this time they do, and he hits the pay dirt for a touchdown. 41-16 now, minute 3 to go in the half. Alvarez on to try the extra point. Again, a little reminder, if you are watching live, when we hit halftime, we'll put a camera static on the scoreboard, and you'll be able to watch the clock count down, and then when we get ready for the second half, we'll come back with the audio and the video coverage. Here's the extra point attempt from Alvarez. Plenty of distance, and it's good. So with 1:03 to go in the half, it's Fort Bragg 41, Kelseyville 17.
That makes the score of the Knights 17 and the Timberwolves 41.
So by halftime, Kelseyville has scored more points than the Middletown Mustangs were able to put up in the game at Middletown last week.
My expert spotter says there's no smoke coming out of the barbecue, but there's still light on down there in Timberwolves Cafe. I don't know if they have any more of the La Bamba tamales. It's chicken and pork or chili cheese tamales with
So
rice.
kicking off for the Knights will be Alvarez,
Laurel Deli clam chowder, I don't know, but they got
Baker and Tamayo, and Giacconi back to receive for the Timberwolves.
Stop and get some popcorn down there. It's a girls soccer team's got
So far in this first half, Fort Bragg has not run a traditional running play. Kaylor Sullivan has not handed off to a running back. He's thrown a couple of screen passes. He's taken off scrambling, but there has not been a handoff to a running back so far by the Timberwolves in this game.
we'd also like to thank the sponsor partly for this game is Sport Dodge. Check out that white Dodge Ram.
Fort Bragg now has 12 men out on the field that I could
Go down
count.
and see Mike Slaughter at Sport Dodge, Chestnut and Franklin Street, Fort Bragg.
They have 12 men out there. Zach Silva's running off the field quickly here. Still favoring that left arm a little bit, it looks like to me. So Alvarez get ready to kick it off. Will we see an onside kick? You might. They've already been successful once. They tried it a second time and failed. This time another little pooch kick. And I think Fort Bragg recovered at about the 41-yard line.
56 takes the kickoff.
Cavender gets the kickoff. And Kelseyville, that's their third or fourth attempt at a onside kick. But
hey, Timberwolves have a first
anyway, here we go.
down
First down for the Fort Bragg Timberwolves at the 41-yard line. And the far hash mark, Sullivan. 2 men split out here to the left, 2 men to the right. Back to pass again. Looking, throwing. Triplett makes a catch at 48-yard line. Gets to about midfield, spins away, and is dropped right at midfield. Just short of the first down. 47, 46, 45. Clock continues to run, and I believe a timeout has been called.
2nd and 1 for the Timberwolves.
Fort Bragg has called a timeout with 43 seconds to go, leading 41-17 in this first half. Well, you know, if we were on national TV,
Timberwolves timeout.
our sponsor would love us because these games, like I said, take a long time. And if you bought time on a Timberwolf broadcast on a traditional sense where they have commercial breaks, your commercial would get to run probably about 10 times a game.
Hey, adults are $15, kids are $10. It's free for 5 and under.
So Sullivan, the quarterback for the Timberwolves, with another big night. We haven't even hit halftime yet.
And there's a special note here. There's Cue Bowl's famous sauce. Oh,
so we'll see if we Timberwolves put it in the air here. Cook in the game, splitting out to the right. Baker slotted inside of him. Triplett and Brad Giacomello slotted out here left. Back to pass, looking, throwing over the middle. Oh, incomplete. Intended for Brett Giacomello. Still time on the clock, 40 seconds to go. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Leading 41-17.
Spaghetti dinner starts at 4 o'clock tomorrow at the Firehouse. 4 o'clock tomorrow at the Firehouse. Excuse me, it's 5 o'clock at the Firehouse. Just got hot news off the wire from MendocinoTV.com.
All right, 3rd and 1. Sullivan back, looking over the middle. Pass is incomplete. And it'll be 4th down and 1. 36 seconds to go. Well, like I said, that clock stops on an incomplete pass, and when you're throwing every play, not one handoff yet, every play, it's going to be a long game. Game's an hour and a half old, and it's not even halftime yet. Sullivan out of the shotgun in that spread formation, takes the snap, looking left, throw, caught, first down by Triplett. Out of bounds he goes at the Kelseyville 42-yard line. 31 seconds left.
Pass was complete to Lucas Triplett at the 43-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolves.
Timberwolves obviously trying to see if they can get into the end zone one more time before halftime. They got 31 seconds to get there, and they got 43 yards to go. There's the snap. Sullivan back, looking right, throwing. Giacconi makes the catch. Gets by one man and dives forward inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. 25 seconds to go. They're running up to the line of scrimmage. Looks like they're going to just
pass was complete to his buddy Shane
down the
Giacconi.
football here.
They got to move the change. They mark it at the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolves.
Sullivan over center. Probably just spike it. There he goes. He spikes the football. Stopping the clock with 22 seconds now. And now they're certainly in range of a pass to the end zone.
Kaylor Sullivan's pass was incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Timberwolves.
Triplet split out here to the left. Safeties rotated this way. They got 3 safeties now. Sullivan looking towards Triplet, throwing, and incomplete that time as Triplet looked like he slipped. It was down about the 8-yard line.
Kaler's pass was incomplete.
18 seconds to go. 3rd down and 10.
20 for the Wolves.
Coach is color coding the sign for the play from the sideline here on the near sideline. Right in the middle of the field now. The ball is spotted. 3rd down, 18 seconds to go. Fort Bragg leading 41-17 in the half. Sullivan back to pass. Little screen pass to Strickland over the middle. Breaks 1 tackle. Still on his feet. Bowling his way inside the 15 and penalty flag. That'll stop the clock with 8 seconds to go with the penalty.
Kaler Sullivan's pass was complete.
Otherwise, time was going to expire there.
Strickland carries a couple of Knights across the 15-yard line. There's a penalty flag on the play.
See what they call here. Talking it over at about the 12-yard line. Oh, Fort Bragg's called for trying to move the man forward after he
that penalty is against the
running the ball.
Assisting the runner.
You can't, if your man's running with the football trying to break a tackle, you can't run up and push him from behind forward in the direction he's going. You see that a lot in the professional level, but not allowed down here at the high school level. So Kelseyville will no doubt take the penalty with 8 seconds to go. The Timberwolves likely now with 1 play left in this first half, leading 41-17. So it's back to the original line of scrimmage where it's going to be 3rd down and 10. What matters most is only 8 seconds left on the clock. Ball spotted just inside the Kelseyville 20-yard line. Again, you look across, there's 3 deep safeties for Kelseyville, so you probably look for something underneath or throw a jump ball to Lucas Triplett. Coach Perkins wants to know why that was a call against his team for assisting the runner. And now Fort Bragg has called their final timeout.
Timeout, Fort Bragg. Hey, while I have this timeout, folks, I'd like to remind you that
it's
spaghetti fundraiser for Middletown.
The Timberwolves got the football with about a minute to go in the half, or less, I think. And it's taken, 7, 8 minutes for those last few seconds.
Under 12. It's free for 5 and under. It's raffle and silent auction hosted by the city of Fort Bragg.
So this is it.
And it's cue balls.
I would think 8 seconds to go.
I guess that wouldn't be barbecue sauce. Now what? It must be spaghetti sauce, eh?
Well, let's see what they have in the book. They do have a play that will feature. It's not called tackle eligible anymore. I don't see the formation for that play, so I'll stop what I was going to say. We may see it later tonight, and when we'll get to it, I'll mention it. Here we go. 8 seconds to go at the 20-yard line. In the half, Sullivan rolling to his right. Throws it back over the middle, caught by Giacconi. He's to the 5, he cuts back, he's in. Touchdown Timberwolves, but guess what? A penalty flag flies in. 2 of them, as a matter of fact. There may have been a block by Trujillo in the back. It looked like Tyler Smith may have been blocked in the back.
There's yellow laundry on the Timberwolves floor.
That was the end of the half, by the way.
See what the call is.
But if the call is against Fort Bragg, then they'll have to try it again. I think it was. I think it might have been an illegal block in the back. They're talking it over with Kelseyville. Obviously, they're not going to refuse the penalty, otherwise it'd be a touchdown. And extremely long first half continues. I think you spotted from where the illegal block took place, if that's what it is. There it is, blocking in the back. And it happened at about the 3-yard line. So there's going to be one play. This is going to be it. Of course, unless there's another penalty.
Illegal block in the back.
The ball comes out to the 13-yard line.
It's a spot foul. They're going to put the ball
41-17 the score. And this first half continues. Timberwolves will have it at the far hash mark now.
The ball will be spotted at the
Baker and Giacondi split out to the right. Triplet split out here left. Sullivan back, looking, throws a bullet, caught, touchdown Timberwolves, Tyler Baker. It just doesn't matter what you do to Kaylor Sullivan. He'll throw a touchdown pass if there's no time on the clock.
14-yard TD pass for the Timberwolves.
And it's now 47-17. They do have the mercy rule, and I can't remember how many points you have to be ahead, but the clock will continue to run perhaps in the second half if they can score a few more points here. On to try the extra point with no time on the clock here in the first half is Christian Flores. There's a snap, there's a spot, there's the kick, got the distance, and this time it's good. And the score at halftime is 48-17, Fort Bragg with the lead. And what an end to that first half. The Timberwolves, with less than a minute to go, with plenty of yardage to travel, went down and scored a touchdown. Give credit to Coach Roy Perkins for calling 3 timeouts. And how about Kaylor Sullivan throws a touchdown pass, nullified by a penalty, and all he does is throw another touchdown pass. Well, I'm Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com. We'll take a little break for halftime. The score, Fort Bragg 48, Kelseyville 17. Fort Bragg High School, Timberwolves Stadium, where the Fort Bragg Timberwolves have built a 48-17 halftime lead over the Kelseyville Knights. Now, Fort Bragg had won the toss and received the opening kickoff, so they'll be kicking it off to begin the second half. A lot of the folks here left at halftime with the temperatures starting to chill down a little bit, and Fort Bragg leading 48-17, especially that last drive. They had about, I think it was 48 seconds to go. They had the ball at their own, 31-yard line.
Timmy and the cheerleader, let's get everybody to stand up for kickoff.
Were able to go 70 yards in less than a minute.
Comes Timmy, I see him down there.
And not one, but 2 touchdown passes. The first called back by a penalty, and then with no time on the clock, Kaylor Sullivan threw another touchdown pass. This time it counted with no penalties to put those final points on the scoreboard before the half. So here we go. Cato Whitlock will kick it off. And he tries a little short kick. It's fielded by Kelseyville across midfield at about the 48-yard line. Dropping on the football was Josu Yaquez of the Knights, and Fort Bragg will send their defense out to start the second half. Only 2 seconds expired on the kickoff, and they play 12-minute quarters here in high school football, although sometimes they seem to be a lot longer than that. All right, 1st and 10, Kelseyville. Barrack at quarterback, fakes, gives it to Peters, faked me out. Peters on the wing came across and took the handoff around the right side and got a first down. Picked up about 12 yards that time. Call it 11. It's marked at the 40-yard line.
The Knights brings the ball up to the 40-yard
nice play
line.
Action. One thing I'll say about Logan Barrack, the quarterback for the Kelseyville Knights, is he's very good with the football in terms of fake handoffs and play action. Very, very smooth. Just a junior, 6'3", 195-pounder. But when you run that wing T, it's very important to have a quarterback that can hide the football. He does a good job. Man comes in motion. This time give is to the first guy coming through. That's Sanchez. Picks up some more positive yardage, about 5-yard gain down to the Timberwolf 35-yard line. Sanchez still seems to be favoring his left leg a little bit. He hurt that
Manny Sanchez
in the first half. Returned to action after going to the sideline.
2nd and 5 for the Knights.
But he's been playing pretty much ever since, just a short break on the sideline. So it'll be 2nd down and 5. The ball at the Timberwolf 35-yard line. Barrick. Play action, fake, pass over the middle, and incomplete. Threw that one a little low that time. Turner, the intended receiver. Incomplete, setting up 3rd down and 5. Like I said, the crowd thinned out a little bit at halftime here.
The Knights will have a 3rd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
Don't quite hear the maybe the loudness of cheering that you heard in that first half. So 3rd and 5 now. Barrick waits for his team to get set in the offensive formation. As the formation is now set, man comes in motion. Give to him, Peters. He's got first down yards across the 30, down to the 25, and jukes into about the 23-yard line. Thought he got into the red zone, but not quite.
Asa Peters, the ball carrier, knocked out of bounds by Shane Giacconi. Not until Asa picks up a first down for the Knights.
So the clock stops with the ball out of bounds on that play, and it's at the 23-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10. So Kelseyville, a nice little drive here to begin the second half. First down, Barrick now out of that wing T on the far hash mark. Peters in motion. Give instead to Sanchez. Over the middle he comes. Tripped up for a moment that time before getting some good yardage. Sutton was the first man to trip him up that time before he was finished off by Cooper, but not before he picked up about 6 yards. 2nd down and 4. The ball now at the Timberwolves 16-yard line.
Tackle made by number 51, Tristan Cooper. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Knights.
Kelseyville keeping the ball on the ground here on this drive for the most part. Barrick gives to Sanchez again, and he's dropped. Silva makes the stop this time.
Manny Sanchez.
Short gain, short of the first down, I believe. Setting up 3rd down and about 2.
Manny brings it across the
I'll call it 3rd and 1,
just
short of the first down.
Line, where it's going to be 3rd and 1.
The field's actually in pretty good shape here. We haven't had a lot of rain, of course, as everyone knows, this fall, but there are some places in the field where there's not a lot of grass, where it's kind of dirt, and that's right where the football's sitting right now. 3rd down and less than a yard. Look for Sanchez here. Oh, he's not in the game. The give is to the first man coming through. That's Dwayne Yiggins, and Yiggins looks like he's got the first down, or does he? Depends where they spot it. He got close. It is a first down.
Dwayne Yiggins, the ball carrier, tackled by a pack of wolves.
So the ball spotted inside the
does pick up a first down
13, so it's down to about the 12. He only got a yard, and that's all he needed was a little more than a yard to get a first down. I should say a little less than a yard, and all he got was about a yard. So good stuff by the defense, but that was a short yardage situation. So 1st and 10, Kelseyville. Barrick, play action fake, rolling left. Now he slips a little bit, tries to throw, and he's sacked. Dropped back near the 22-yard line. Cavender in on the sack. That's another sack for Cavender tonight. He's done a good job pressuring the quarterback.
Cavender, way back at the 23-yard line.
Big loss that time, about a 12-yard loss. The way Barrick was dropping back, it almost looked like he was setting up a screen pass. When a quarterback sets up a screen, sometimes they drop back even further than they would on a normal 7-step drop. And Cavender able to drop it for a big loss. So 2nd down, the ball now out to the 22-yard line. Barrick gets a man in motion. Back to pass again. Looking, throwing to the right. Pass is incomplete, intended for Asa Peters. It'll set up 3rd down.
The Knights pass was incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd and We'll call it third and 23.
48-17, 8:20 to go, third quarter, just underway here in the second half. That wind that was picking up a little bit towards the end of the second quarter seems to have died down a bit now. Like I said, weather not much of a factor here, a little bit chilly. You could say the frost is on the pumpkin, but pretty pleasant night, really, for football. So it'll be third down and long now for Kelseyville. The ball at the Fort Bragg 22-yard line. This time they new formation. They run almost out of the spread, and one of the Knights jumped that time. Aaron Teal that time at tackle stood up for pass protection before the snap.
Penalties against the Knights for a
That'll be a 5-yard penalty, and that'll move it back even further, setting up third down about 25. Ball at the 27-yard line.
27-yard line.
The first down marker is at the 2-yard line. Again, 2 men split left, 2 men split right, 1 man in the backfield for Barrack. He's back to pass. 7-step drop, rolling right, getting some pressure from Perkins. Can't quite get him. Rolling, stopping. Nice spin move, gets away. Up again, throws, passes, incomplete. Right through the hands of Dwayne Yiggins that time, a intended receiver. He did have Tamayo right on him, so I don't think he would have gained much had he made the catch. Triplett also was there on the coverage. That'll set up fourth down. They're going to send out their kicker. Well, this will be an extra long field goal. Elias Alvarez has already kicked a 41-yard field goal. This one will be spotted at about the 30. Are they actually going to try a field goal? Well, he's out there. It'll be spotted at about the 34 or 35-yard line, I think, which would make it about a 45-yard field goal, but he's hit from 41 yards. The line of scrimmage is at 27, where they spot the football will be at about the 34-yard line. So it'll be a 44-yard field goal attempt from Elias Alvarez. There's a snap, spots down, kick is up. Look at this. It's long enough. It's short. I'm sorry, it's going to be returned. Back to return is Triplett. And he slips and loses the football. But he's down. His knee hit first. And the ball came squirting out. Boy, that would have been a break for the Knights, that is. I knew eventually I'd call them the Indians. For years, of course, that was the
10,
mascot for Kelseyville.
Down, therefore, the Timberwolves will retain
but they became the Knights.
The field goal was short. It was a 44-yard field goal attempt.
A 44-yard field goal attempt that was
short.
Triplett returned it out of the end zone. He probably should have just downed it. Now the official's having a discussion at about the 15-yard line. Once your knee hits the ground, you're automatically down, and his knee hit the ground first, and then the ball came out, apparently. Although the officials are now going to each sideline to make some sort of explanation of what happened. I didn't see his knee actually hit in the end zone. Are they saying that? Well, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what the officials when they make a signal over here to let us know. Kelseyville seems to be backing up for some reason. You can return a short field goal. That's why they always put a man down under the goal posts. Here comes the official now. We'll see what the call is. First down, Timberwolves. Ball is at the 15-yard line, so it's just as we thought.
That signal indicates that it's a first down for the Timberwolves.
They just marked it where his knee hit before the ball came loose. First down right at the 20, or maybe they called it a touchback. I don't know. Bottom line is, first and 10, Timberwolves at their own 20. Sullivan, short drop. Looking over the middle. Pass is caught, dropped. Baker, intended receiver, had it for a moment and dropped it. And there's a penalty flag, comes flying in well after that play was over. So that'll stop the clock again. So let's see what the call is here. That seemed to be well after the play. Could be a pass interference against the Knights. Just took the official a while to make the call. So that's it. Pass interference against Kelseyville. That's a 15-yarder apparently. Out to the 35-yard line, first down Timberwolves. So first and 10, 7:43 to go, third quarter, 48-17, Fort Bragg with the lead. Sullivan looking to his right, little short swing pass out to Giacconi, makes a catch. At the 35, up to the 40, up the sideline he goes, but steps out of bounds and is hit out of bounds, and there's a penalty flag down. As Tyler Smith that time hit Shane Giacconi well after the play. And gets up kind of strutting around out there, but no reason to strut when you've just been assessed for a late hit. Giacconi well out of bounds. The officials had blown the whistle, and the hit right in front of us here at the 50-yard line, and that'll be a personal foul against Kelseyville. And the last thing the Knights needed here was a couple of penalties to begin the first possession for Fort Bragg here in the second half. They don't need much help the way they've been moving the football tonight. So that'll be another 10-yard penalty for personal foul, bringing it to the Kelseyville 39-yard line where it'll be first and 10. 48-17, Fort Bragg leading. They've got the football, 7:36 to go, third quarter. Out of that spread formation, Sullivan this time gives it to Tamayo. First ball carry of the night, and look what happens. Big gain, first down. Inside the 30, down to the 29.
Jonathan Tamayo, the ball carrier.
Tamayo
made by Asa Peters.
Gets a 12-yard pickup for a first down.
Not until Jonathan brings the ball
comes
inside
out.
the 30-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 28.
Nice carry that time.
10 for the Wolves.
So it's first down, Timberwolves at the 27-yard line. Sullivan back in the air again he goes. This time he steps forward. He's going to go down sacked. Short loss at about the 31-yard line.
Number 52 on the sack of the Timberwolves. Number 52.
About a 4-yard loss. Second down of 14. Clock runs down to 7 minutes to go now. Third quarter. 48-17 Fort Bragg. Second down. Ball now at the 31-yard line. Baker and Trujillo split out here to the right. Triplet out to the left. Giacconi slotted inside him. Twin safeties back inside the 15-yard line for Kelseyville. Sullivan looks over the defense for a moment. Takes a snap. Fakes to Strickland. Rolling to his right. Little short pass caught by Baker. Baker's got first down yardage inside the 25.
Kaylor Sullivan's pass.
Down inside the 20.
Tyler
down to the 16-yard line.
Down around
first down. Fort Bragg.
15-yard line. It'll be first and 10 for the Timberwolves.
Again, Sullivan finding the open man coming across the formation that time, rolling to his right. Now the ball spotted on the near hash mark here. Triplet and Giacconi split out left. Baker and Trujillo split out right. Strickland alone back. Again, two down linemen for Kelseyville. Now they're showing blitz. They don't come. Sullivan rolling out to his left. Long throw to the sideline. Penalty flag is down. Triplet makes the tiptoe catch, but he's out of bounds. But a flag is down. Probably a hold.
Penalty flags on the play.
One of the problems with all these penalties is it takes a long game and makes it even longer. 6:18 to go here in this third quarter. 48-17. Game started late.
Penalty is holding.
Well after 10 o'clock here tonight, and we haven't even hit the fourth quarter. Holding the call against the Timberwolves. This is this season, the way it's gone and the length of the games here for the Timberwolves, you can drink a couple of 16-ounce cups of coffee in the third quarter and
it'll be first and all
still be able to get to
Highway
sleep
20
at night.
Timberwolves.
First down and 25. Play action fake. Pass. Man open. Jasper Estes makes the catch, and inside the 20 goes down to the 18-yard line.
Sullivan's pass is complete.
No penalty.
40, Jasper Estes.
It'll be second down now, and still about 14 yards to go for a first down. Or maybe there was a penalty. Maybe we can finally get a play without a penalty. Not this time. Apparently there was another penalty flag, I guess. The official, I didn't see it thrown. Ineligible man downfield, I guess. And again, I don't want to make fun of our own local referees. I don't know where the full crew comes from, but I've never seen a high school refereeing crew call as many penalties as they do at Timberwolf Stadium this year. It's unbelievable. They'll call one on every play. At least that's what it seems like sometimes. And I've grown now this year to the first thing I do after a big play is to look for a flag. So the clock stops, 5:57 to go. 48-17. We're in the third quarter only here. The officiating crew explaining the penalty to the Knights. Do you want to take the down and make it second down and 14? Do you want to make it first down and 30? That's what they're going to do, first down and 30. The Timberwolves can get a first down all the way down to their own 5-yard line. The ball is out at their own at the Kelseyville 35. So it is first down and 30. No problem for Kaylor Sullivan. Let's watch. Takes a snap, back to pass, looks, pass, caught by Baker. Inside the 20, down to the 15. Well, there's 20 yards. Second down at 10. And guess what, kids? No penalty.
Tackle made by number 1, Dwayne Giggins.
So the ball up to the 15-yard line now, where it'll be second down and 10. Offense looks over to the sideline for the play. Trujillo and Baker split out right. Triplett, Giacconi slotted inside him on the left. Sullivan looking to his right. Throws, passes caught. Oh! Dropped by Trujillo. Sorry, it's twice now I've made calls where the guys made the catch and just looked so obvious that he would catch it. But Trujillo unable to hang on that time.
That'll bring up third and 10 at the
He's got to be
15.
upset at that because that would have been a touchdown. The man defending him looked like he had fallen down behind him. He didn't know that, but Cook in the game for Trujillo now on the right. So it'll be third down and 10. Clock stops, 5:12 to go, third quarter, 48-17 Fort Bragg. Triplett and Giacconi split out to the left. Cook and Baker split out right. Sullivan back, looking left, stepping up, in trouble, nearly sacked and throws the ball away. That's going to be intentional grounding. That's an obvious call. That's a loss of down, so it'll be fourth down. Or, well, let's see where they mark it. I believe it'll be fourth down. I'm not sure. I think it's a 10-yard penalty at high school level for intentional grounding. I do know it's a loss of down.
That
So it'll
signal,
be fourth down.
Folks, is an intentional
5-yard
grounding
penalty.
on the Timberwolves.
Ball will be spotted at the 20-yard line, I think, or let's see where they mark it. No, it is a 10-yard penalty. So it's at the 25-yard line, fourth down and 20. The ball spotted at the 25-yard line. Triplett split out left, 3 men split out to the right. Strickland alone back with Sullivan as they set up this fourth down play. 5:04 to go, third quarter. There's a snap, spot, looking to his right. Sullivan's got time, throwing deep for the end zone. Baker's there, and he can't hang on. That's 2 passes dropped on this drive. Sullivan put both of them right on the money, but Baker that time unable to make the catch. It would have been a difficult catch because he was running to the corner and looking back over far to his left there, almost back over his head, but the ball was put right on the money.
27-yard line.
So it'll be first down for Kelseyville. They take over first and 10, the ball at their own 25. 4:58 to go, third quarter. Sullivan comes down to the bench a little upset, even though his team is so far ahead. But when you have 2 touchdown passes dropped on the same drive, it can be a little upsetting, I imagine. So here's Logan Barrick at quarterback. Gives to Peters coming around the right side on the wing. And he picks up some decent yardage up close, across the 30, up close to the 35-yard line. It depends where they mark it.
Ball carrier, knocked out of bounds by number 56, Michael Cavender.
Call it a 7-yard gain or a 6-yard gain. It's going to be second down and about 4. Ball marked at about the 33-yard line. Again, good play action with the quarterback Barrick out of that wing. And you need a quarterback that's nifty with the ball to have it work. This time an inside handoff to the wing coming across. That's Moore. He's got good yardage. Tackle from behind by Zach Silva, but not before Kelseyville picks up a first down.
Kyle Moore, the ball
When you run that wing T, you've got wings that are basically facing the quarterback in the slot position close to the line of scrimmage. And usually one back or maybe a split back formation behind you. And like I said, if you're slick with the football at quarterback, you can really confuse the defense on who actually has the football. And sometimes even our cameraman. Here it is. Backs are split. This time the wing T on the right. Play action. Got some pressure. Steps up. Barrick throws. Pass is caught. Man's wide open at midfield. To the 45. To the 40. Down to the Timberwolf 35-yard line. First down. 3:35 to go in this third quarter.
Logan Barrick's pass is complete to number 14.
Blown coverage that time. Moore was wide open on the right side.
Tackle made by Zach Silva. But not
Bragg
until the Knights pick up a first down on the Timberwolves.
Done a pretty good job on defense, but Kelseyville's moved the football at times, and they're on a drive right now. They start at their own 25. Barrick gives to the second man coming through across the formation. I think that was Asa Peters. No gain this time, as the Timberwolf interior line does a good job. Cavender gets up on the stop. Also on the stop was Sutton for the Timberwolves.
Gain of a yard on the play. It'll be second
down and 9. Under 3 minutes to go now in this third quarter. Kelseyville back downfield at the Timberwolves 34-yard line. Second down. Barrick, play action, fake. Got a lot of time this time. Throwing deep. In the corner it goes. Incomplete. A little bit underthrown. Triplet. A little late on the coverage that time. And the intended receiver, Moore, unable to hang on. He actually had to come back a little bit for the football. It was a little bit short on the pass, but still a missed opportunity for the Knights that time. We'll set up third down and 9. Clock stopping at 2:35 to go third quarter. 48-17, Timberwolves with the lead. I'm Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com. Thanks for joining us. If you're watching live, there's still a whole fourth quarter to go. Out of that wing T, Barrick, play action, short drop, pass over the middle, caught. Man still on his feet. That's Turner inside the 20, down to the Timberwolves 18-yard line, first down.
Logan Barrick's pass is complete to number
nice play that time
as
that play action set it up, gave Barrick time to throw, and he put it right on the money that time.
Until the Knights pick up a first down at the
ball inside the 20, into the red zone they come at the Timberwolves 19-yard line. Barrick up to the line of scrimmage. Single back behind him now. Wingman comes in motion. They give to him right side. This is that same play with Asa Peters. Around the right he goes, and he's stopped. This time after picking up about 4 yards. Under 2 minutes to go now in this third quarter. Across the far sideline. Someone's a little slow getting up. That's Triplet. Also a little slow getting up one of the Knights. And that's Peters, the ball carrier, who comes out across the far sideline. That's that same play that's
on that far side. We haven't quite
worked several times for the Knights, where they bring that wing across around the right side. They're on the far hash mark now. Second down at the 16-yard line. Minute 23 and counting down in this third quarter. 48-17 Fort Bragg. Barrick says something to Tyler Smith on the left wing. Give to Manny Sanchez over the middle. He comes, still on his feet, close to a first down inside the 10-yard line. And it is a first down.
Sanchez, the ball carrier, tackled by
That'll
Christian
stop the
Strickland.
clock for a moment as they bring the chains up. First down. Kelseyville at the 9-yard line. It'll be first and goal. Oh, he's short, actually. I'm sorry. About a yard short. I thought they gave him the first down. Now the clock continues to go.
It'll be third and a yard at the 9 for the Knights.
Most likely the last play of the third quarter here coming up. Third down and about a yard right at the inside the 10-yard line for Kelseyville. Knocking on the Timberwolves' door here. Barrick. Man in motion. Give to Sanchez. He's got the first down and more. Inside the 5 he goes to the 4. That'll be a first down.
Manny Sanchez,
Looked like the Timberwolves may have only had 10 men on the field
last
that play.
man up was Ty Sutton.
Zach Silva looked to the sideline and said, hey, we need a tackle. So Kelseyville on third and short had an advantage that time. I think the Timberwolves only had 10 men on the field. 15 seconds to go here in this third quarter. Counting down. They might get this play off. They might not. Barrick looks back at Sanchez for a moment. Gets a snap. Play action. Rolling to his right. Keeping the ball and tackled at the end of the third quarter as Jasper Estes made the stop. And that's the end of the third quarter. The score, Fort Bragg 48. Kelseyville 17. 12 minutes of football left here at Timberwolves Stadium. At least 12 minutes on the clock. On your watch and your clock at home, it'll be a lot longer than that.
Was short of the first down, but that's the end of the fourth. Let's start this all over. That's the end of the third period with the score: the Timberwolves 48 and the Knights from Kelseyville 17.
The Kelseyville Knights having the football on the Timberwolves, I think the 4-yard line, inside the 5 anyway, where Sanchez was brought down on that final play. It looked to me on the sideline that Kaylor Sullivan was warming up the backup quarterback for the Fort Bragg Timberwolves, Daniel Cook. So chances are when the Timberwolves get the football back, Cook will be in there, and he might be running. Timberwolves might go to a running game a little bit, try and take some time off the clock, leading 48-17, although Kelseyville with a chance to score here to begin this fourth quarter.
Be careful. Just be careful. Don't walk.
Okay, so here we go. 2 backs behind Barrick. And the first man is hit immediately by Cavender. Cooper and Sutton also in there. Or that's who it was, Cooper and Sutton. I'm sorry. They made this stop.
Tackle made by
no gain.
88, Daniel Solano.
So it'll be third down now and goal. Ball at the 6-yard line, a loss of a couple yards on that play. So the Knights come up to the line of scrimmage here. Third down and goal. Barrick with 2 backs split behind him in that wing T formation. Fort Bragg's defense sets up. Barrick gives to the first man through, and he's stopped. No gain. That was Dwayne Yiggins, the ball carrier. Another loss on the play. 4th and goal. Ball back to the 9-yard line. So the defense doing the job here as Kelseyville got close.
Dwayne Higgins, the ball carrier.
So here we go, 4th down.
Tackle made by number 56, Michael Cavender. It'll be 4th and goal at the 9.
So big play for the Timberwolves defense now with 10:35 to go in the game. Even though they're handily ahead, they definitely want to keep the Knights out of the end zone here. 4th and goal. Barrick over center. Short drop, back, pass, over the middle, wide open. Turner makes the touchdown catch. As he got inside the coverage that time, Gideon Turner.
With a 8-yard TD run for the Knights.
With 10:22 to go in the game, Fort Bragg takes a look now, and Kelseyville draws a little bit closer. It's 48-23. Well, that'll make the bus ride home a little better for Kelseyville. Still time left, obviously, but Fort Bragg still ahead. Could be by 14 points after this, or by 24 points after this extra point. Assuming Alvarez hits it. Boy, he's showing a strong leg here tonight. There's a snap, spots down, kicks up, way out there, all the way almost to the track on the air. And it's good. So the score is Fort Bragg 48, Kelseyville 24.
Alvarez's extra point is good. That makes the score. The Knights from Kelseyville.
If you look at the scoreboard, one of the lights is out, and it almost looks as though it says 34 up there, but it's only 24. 10:22 to go in the game. Kelseyville will be ready to kick it off. I'm Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com. We want to thank Ryan Perkins, attorney at law, for helping bring you this game live stream on MendocinoTV.com and also embedded in the website so you can watch it later anytime, anywhere, on any device. It'll pick up the internet. So the Timberwolves get ready to receive the kickoff, and you can bet Kelseyville will try an onside kick. At least that's what they've done several times here tonight. Even though Alvarez possesses a strong leg, every kick has been sort of a pooch kick. Giacconi's back along with Tamayo. Timberwolves now pretty much expecting sort of that pooch kick as they have several men up near the midfield stripe. The ball, of course, has to travel 10 yards. Kickoff at the 40. What they've been doing is kicking it over that front line to the second line for the Timberwolves, and we'll see what they try. See if they try that again. 10:22 to go in the game. 48-24 Fort Bragg. Another game that looks like it'll go to about 11 o'clock here tonight. So here comes Alvarez. And again, there's that onside kick. It's picked up by the Timberwolves at about the 44-yard line. So Fort Bragg takes over 1st and 10.
Austin Trujillo downs the kickoff at about the 43-yard line. That's where the Wolves will take over.
It looks like Sullivan is going to remain in there at quarterback. I thought maybe they'd take him out of the game. Maybe with Kelseyville scoring there, they're going to leave him in. So the senior signal caller still in there out of that spread formation. Back to pass. Pass caught by Strickland. Strickland uses a referee, or had to go around the referee. Gets across midfield down to the Kelseyville 47-yard line.
Pass is complete to
it looked like Strickland could have gained more yardage had he been able to go straight upfield, but he had to sort of elude the official that time.
2nd and 1 for the
9-yard pickup.
On the 47-yard line of the Knights.
So 2nd down and about a yard now for the Timberwolves. Sullivan gets a snap, back to pass again, steps up. He's got the 1st down and more. No penalty flags yet. Across the 40 down to the 38-yard line where it'll be 1st down Timberwolves.
Kaylor Sullivan, the ball carrier.
This is the 2nd straight game where Sullivan's actually gained some pretty good yardage scrambling after failing to find an open receiver. Clock runs now. Down to 9.5 minutes left in the game. 1st down Timberwolves at the Kelseyville 38-yard line. Giacconi and Triplett split out left. Baker and Cook split out right. Strickland alone back. Sullivan back to pass. Here comes the blitz. Pump fake, little pass to Strickland out of the backfield as he reads the blitz nicely and gets inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line, close to another 1st down. Nice read of the blitz that time by Sullivan, and nice read by Strickland. Here comes the blitz. I'll just come out on a little swing pass, and you hope number 7 for the 49ers will figure that one out one of these days.
27-yard line.
First and 10, Timberwolves at the 28-yard line of Kelseyville. One way to avoid the blitz is to burn it. Sullivan back to pass, throws to Giacconi, cutting across the formation, and he's tripped up from behind as he's starting to break away at about the 25-yard line, only about a 5-yard pickup. Nice tackle that time by the Knights, by Manny Sanchez.
Manny Sanchez just got the shoelaces of
Sanchez may have been kicked by Giacconi. He's kind of holding his arm a little bit. He's going to stay in the game, though. Sullivan back to pass. Bullet caught by Triplett down at about the 17. I think Kelseyville may have had too many men on the field. That's going to be close to another Timberwolves first down. I think one of the Knights ran out on the field thinking Sanchez may have to come out, and then turned around to run back to the sideline and was caught on the field when the ball was snapped. 8:26 to go in the game. 48-24. If that is the case, I think the Timberwolves will take the play rather than the penalty, because the play will give them close to a first down, if not a first down, instead of just 5 yards. Sullivan says we'll take the play. They come up to the line of scrimmage. It is a first down for the Timberwolves. They got to wait for the chain gang to set up. So Fort Bragg knocking on the door again. Got it down to the 17-yard line of Kelseyville. Out of that spread formation, 2 men left, 2 men right as usual, as Sullivan gets ready to take the snap. Looking to his left, throws, pass caught over the middle by Triplett. Across the formation he comes, cuts outside of a man to the 5, trying to get in, and he's got a first down. And another hit out of bounds by the same guy that did it last time, Tyler Smith. Hit Triplett 5 yards out of bounds. That's going to be another personal foul for a late hit, I believe, which will make make it half the distance to the goal. It'll be first and goal for the Timberwolves at about the 3-yard line, I think. There it is, personal foul against Kelseyville. So it'll be first down at the 3-yard line for the Timberwolves, leading 48-24 with 8:08 left in the game.
Penalties against the Knights for a late hit out of bounds. That'll give the Timberwolves.
So the Timberwolves look to the sideline for the play.
At the 3-yard
I think they might give it to Strickland here. We'll see. Maybe not. Sullivan calling out the formation to the left there for a moment. He gets a snap. He's looking left, looking back. Caught. Touchdown Timberwolves. Tyler Baker, or is that Giacconi? Giacconi made the catch, and I think that's his 4th touchdown catch of the night.
Kaylor Sullivan's pass is
a little 3-yard touchdown pass from Kaylor Sullivan to Shane Giacconi, and Fort Bragg now leads 54-24. On to kick the extra point is Christian Flores. I think the referee's discretion can be used, too, in the mercy rule. In the 4th quarter, if a team is ahead by 40 points or more, they keep the clock running, and sometimes the official Anyway, here we go for the extra point. Cook to hold. Flores to try the extra point now. I'll finish my thought in a moment. There's a spot, bad spot. Kick is up and no good, wide left. Kind of a tricky low snap that time, and Cook unable to get the hold up, but it's 54-24 with 8:04 to go in the game. What I was going to say is sometimes the official crew can make a judgment call just to come over to the clock, the timekeeper in the press box, and tell him go ahead and keep the clock running. I don't know that they'll do that in this instance, but I've seen it happen before. If they don't, this game could run till, like I said, 11 o'clock here tonight, but that wouldn't be unusual. It's happened before. It just makes it tough on these teams that come all the way over from Lake County. That's a long bus ride home. And when we go on the road from MendocinoTV.com, it's a long ride home for us as well. Well, 54-24, Timberwolves by 30. 4th quarter, 8 minutes left in the game. Another lights out night for senior quarterback Kaylor Sullivan. What's really been evident in the last couple of games is the fact that Triplett, his favorite receiver, is getting double coverage. The safety's rotating into his direction. So when that happens, the slot man inside of Triplett is usually open, and that tonight has been Shane Giacconi, and he's caught 4 touchdown passes because they really try and key on Triplett, and they can't guard everybody with double coverage. Whitlock kicks off a low ground ball, picked up by Kelseyville. Tyler Smith picks it up and runs it back, and he is down at about the 31-yard line where Kelseyville takes over first down. One of the star players for the Knights, their senior, Noah Lindell, broke his finger in practice, and that's why he is not playing. Not saying he could make a huge difference here tonight, but it certainly could make a difference for Kelseyville. They are missing one of their star, especially defenders. He's a senior, 6'2", 205-pounder, Noah Lindell. I remember him from last year, and he was a good ball player. Face mask call against the Timberwolves. So tack on another few yards here for Kelseyville to start this drive.
Penalties, a face mask against Fort Bragg.
Well, I would hope if the Timberwolves get the football back,
36-yard line,
that they
first and 10 for the Knights.
Keep Sullivan on the bench and rest him up, keep him healthy for the next couple of games. All right, back to action. Barrick back to pass. Gets away from one man and then is sacked. Down at about the 30-yard line.
Tristan Cooper on the sack,
makes the sack.
Number 60, Darren Rexroad.
7.5 minutes to go now. Rexroad, who's in the game, also helps out with the sack.
Second and 16.
Co-captain Perkins, defensive lineman, out of the game now for the Timberwolves. Barrick out of that wing tee. This time spins 2 men split out right, 1 man split out left, 1 back behind him. Short pass, swing pass, caught by Peters and dropped out of bounds short of the 30-yard line. So no gain on that play, setting up third down.
Logan Barrick's pass is complete to number 22, Gideon Turner. Knocked out
so
of
third down about
88.
16 now.
Daniel Solano.
Barrick looking over the defense.
17 for the night.
Back to pass. Now he runs a little quarterback draw, and he's got some room. Trujillo makes a stop. Solano also in there to help finish him off, along with Sutton.
Logan Barrick, the ball carrier. Tackle
short of the first down. It's going to be fourth down. So it's about fourth down and 11. Ball at their own 34-yard line. They can get a first down at about the 46. Call it 4th and 12. Alvarez looks like he's going to get in there and punt the football away. 6:36 to go in the game now. 54-24. Timberwolves, who trailed in this game at one point 10-7, broke it open in that second quarter. You wonder if the Knights have any kind of a fake punt. This might be a time to try it. They haven't really got nothing to lose at this point, trailing by 30. Barrick is one of the blocking backs. And there's too much time, and it looked like it was going to be a fake. Barrick was going to take the snap. But that's a delay of game call against the Knights.
For a delay of game.
Now it'll be fourth down and about 17, and the element of surprise taken away when they snapped the ball in what looked like it was going to be a fake punt. What you do when you look at the huddle for Kelseyville is see if those green shoes are in the huddle, and if they are, then that means they're going to punt, or at least set up in punt formation. There's Alvarez back in punt formation. Nobody deep for the Timberwolves. And there it is, a fake punt. Barrick has it. And he throws up the sideline, and it's caught, but short of the first down by Peters. Catches it at about the 35-yard line. First down, Fort Bragg, as they get it on downs.
Logan Barrick's pass is complete to Asa Peters.
Well, they went ahead and ran that same fake punt.
45-yard line.
5:33 to go in the game.
the 35-yard line.
If Fort Bragg
It'll be short
runs
of
the
down,
football,
so the Timberwolves will take over 1st and 10.
they can just run the clock out
35-yard
and take plenty of time off the clock. But they really have only given the handoff one time that I can recall in this game, and that was to Jonathan Tamayo. That was the only run. The rest of the time, every play has been a pass. Tristan Strickland in the backfield with Sullivan, and Kelseyville calls a timeout. Some of the fans that are here kind of groan.
Hey, while I have this timeout, folks, I'd like to thank all the volunteers for being here for tonight's game. I'd like to thank the Fort Bragg Volunteer Fire Department. It's the best volunteer fire department.
So the score 54-24 with 5:33 to go in the game. Lindy Peters for MendocinoTV.com.
Put it in the trash cans.
And like I mentioned a while back, it looks like this game could go to 11 p.m. It didn't start, I must say, until after 8 p.m. tonight. But still, these high school games, which are only 48 minutes on an actual football clock, are taking easily 3 times as long, more than that. So the Timberwolves take over on downs, 1st and 10 at the Kelseyville 35-yard line. Sullivan still in there, quarterback. Kelseyville shows blitz. Here they come. Sullivan throws, caught, and that's Brad Giacomelli runs out of bounds at about the 25, close to another first down,
26.
depending on where they mark it.
Brad Giacomelli
stops the clock with only 6 seconds on the
25-yard line. It'll be close to a first down.
Second down, less than a yard.
It'll be second down. It'll be second and, well, we'll have to call it 2nd and 1.
There's a snap. Sullivan looking to his right, throws, pass is caught by Giacconi. First down at about the 20-yard line. Picks up about 6 yards that time. Once they move the chains, the clock will run. There's 5:20 to go in the game. Well, if Fort Bragg can get in the end zone, they'll get over 60 points in this game, which is pretty unusual at the high school level, especially against a team that's pretty good, Kelseyville. Sullivan, pass over the middle. That's Brad Giacomelli, makes a catch at the 15, down to the 10, inside the 10 to the 9-yard line, where it's another first down. It'll be 1st and goal. Well, let's see. Maybe he didn't quite get a first down.
Sullivan's pass is complete to number 26, Brad Giacomelli.
And the Timberwolves have called a timeout. 5:04 to go. Maybe at this point, Coach Perkins is going to say, let's run a little time off the clock here. Looks like he's going to take Sullivan out of the game. Smart move. Don't want to see him hurt. So he comes off to the sideline with, again, I don't have stats, but I'm sure well over 300 yards passing. Probably closer to 400. And Cook will go in the game at quarterback. Tristan Strickland, who basically has been a blocking back, he's caught a couple of screen passes, also comes out. Tamayo goes in for him. And the Timberwolves will try and run a little bit of that clock off. One thing I'll say, and I've said it before about Coach Roy Perkins, he doesn't like to rub it in. He can be ahead by 3 or 4 touchdowns at the end of a game.
For the Timberwolves,
and when he is,
Daniel Cook.
He remembers that the same coach will be coaching a team a couple years from now, and he doesn't want to rub it in. Cook gives to Tamayo. Around the left side he comes. Tamayo tries to cut inside, and he is dropped. That was Dwayne Yiggins who made the stop for Kelseyville. I think he got a first down, but the clock will continue to run. Under 5 minutes to go in the game now. And the ball spotted at the just inside the 10-yard line. First down, Timberwolves. Cook comes to the sideline now. Instead of them using those color-coded cards to set into play, he'll come to the sideline for the play each time. Tamayo in the backfield with Cook. Faked it Tamayo. Cook's running around the right side. He dives forward. inside the 10 down to about the 6.
Daniel Cook, the ball player. Daniel Cook carries the ball for the Timberwolves down to the
So it'll be second
7
down
yard line.
and goal at about the 7 or 8 yard line. And the Timberwolves are going to set up a field goal, probably just for practice here. On second down, they're just going to try a field goal to see if Flores can make one. This could be an important play in upcoming games against Willits, St. Helena, and Cloverdale. So they're not trying to rub in the score here. They're trying to see if they can get a field goal from about this distance. There's a spot, kick down, plenty of distance. And it's good. So Flores has made a field goal. About a 26-yarder.
Flores with a
makes it
57 field goal for
to
the
24
Timberwolves.
with 3:43 to go in the game. And again, just to be clear, they did that on second down. They did it basically to give Flores a confidence booster in case in an upcoming game, in
That
a much
makes
closer
the
game,
Timberwolves 57
they have
and the Knights 24.
an opportunity to try a field goal from that point on the field that would make a difference in the game. They get a practice in, and the field goal was good.
I'd like to remind you folks
So,
this game is being aired right now.
3:43 to go in the game, 57 to
Mendocino
24 the
TV.com.
score.
Lindy
As
Peters
Timberwolves get
doing
ready to kick it off.
play-by-play. It's being played live right now.
Cato Whitlock will kick it to 2 men deep for Kelseyville. One of them's numbers
We'd
completely
like
obscured
to thank our
by
other
dirt.
sister stations from Hanford, California, and Winnemucca, California, or excuse me, Winnemucca, Nevada.
Anyway, kicking it
and
off will be
Malacca,
Cato
Minnesota.
Whitlock. Some fresh jerseys in there for Kelseyville now, it looks like. As there are for the Timberwolves. There's a little ground ball kick. Taken at the 25 to the 30 to 35, and a big hit by Cavender at the 35-yard line. And another big hit, 2 guys, Silva, very slow to get up.
Michael Cavender with the tackle on the kickoff.
As Silva went down to
The
break
Knights will
up
have a first down
the
at
wedge,
the 36-yard line.
he collided with Aaron Teal. The two of them slow to get up. 3:37 to go in the game now, 57-24. The Timberwolves, after trailing in this one 10-7, stepped on the gas in the second quarter and tore off the rearview mirror. First and 10, Kelseyville. Ball just across the 35-yard line. Barrick back to pass, getting pressure. Jasper Espis sacks him. Back at about the 27-yard line, and Barrick never saw that coming. He looked to his left the whole time, and from the blind side, Jasper Estes made a nice sack.
27
Estes has played a good game here tonight.
It'll
defensively.
Be second and 17 for the Knights.
So on that sack, the clock continues to run. We're down to 3 minutes to go in the game. And at 12 minutes to 11, live time, we might actually finish this game before 11 p.m. The Knights up to the line of scrimmage. Barrick talks for a moment to Manny Sanchez, his lone back in the backfield out of that wing tee. He's back to pass. Looks over the middle. Pass is caught as Cook made the hit, and then Strickland came to finish it off, and there's a penalty flag stopping the clock. I think that was Asa Peters who made the catch. 2:38 to go in the game. Another penalty-laden game. Probably a face mask or a helmet to the head. Face mask is the call against the Timberwolves. All you have to do at the high school level is just have your hand hit the face mask. You don't even have to grab on. They'll call it. Just trying to protect player safety. So that'll stop the clock. 41-yard line for Kelseyville in Timberwolf territory with 2:38 to go in the game.
Give the Knights a 1st and 10 on the Timberwolves 41-yard line.
All right, Barrick up to the line of scrimmage for the Knights. Back, short pump fake left. Now he's going to take off and run. He's got a lot of room. Get a first down and more. Inside the 30-yard line, down to the Timberwolves 27-yard line. As we get down to the 2-minute mark, they'll stop the clock for the chains to move and then start it. As Kelseyville tries to get in.
Carrier, tackled by Tristan Strickland.
One more score before that final gun sounds to end the game.
27-yard line.
Cavender checks in defensively now for the Timberwolves at linebacker. 2 minutes to go in the game. Fort Bragg 57, Kelseyville 24. Barrick on first down. Takes a snap, back to pass, straight drop back, throw, left sideline, corner route, safety's there, is that an interception? No, it was out of bounds. I think Cook, couldn't tell if he took it off and was out of bounds. Doesn't matter, it's an incomplete pass, second down. No, it was an interception. Cook made the interception, so Fort Bragg will have it first down. With 1:38 to go in the game, they can simply kneel on the football 3 times, and this game's over if they use the clock. They may not take a knee, but you would think they would at this point.
The Timberwolves intercept the ball in the end zone. Though it is a touchback, the Timberwolves will take
Cook is up to the line of scrimmage. It looks like that's what they're going to do. And wouldn't you know it, with 1:38 to go, the referee's going to throw a flag here. Probably delay a game, I don't know. So, the game that keeps going, keeps going. 5 yards against the Timberwolves. It'll be first down. Remember, all they have to do is snap and kneel on the football 3 times. 4 times, really, they could at this point. 1:36 to go in the game. Cook in for Sullivan at quarterback, over center, and that's it. He takes the snap. Now the referee says run the clock, which they'll do. 1:30 to go.
Timberwolves will have a
second down and 15. They should take more time off the clock. They should take as much time as it before the between plays as they can. Cook waiting right now. That's exactly what he's doing. Waiting to take the snap. Down under a minute now in the game. There he is, takes the knee again. All he has to do is one more time. And Kelseyville, mercifully, not calling a timeout here, trailing 57-24. One more kneel down and this game's over. Fort Bragg is going to continue with their unbeaten record. They're moved to 7-0. More importantly, 4-0 in league play. Kelseyville, on the other hand, will move to 0-4 in league play. And this will be the last play of the game. There it is. Cook kneels down, and that's going to do it. I'm Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com. Thanks for joining us. The Kelseyville Knights JV team did beat Fort Bragg tonight, but in the varsity game, it was all Kaylor Sullivan as the senior quarterback once again lights up the scoreboard, and the Timberwolves beat the Kelseyville Knights by a score of 57-24. Thanks for joining us. Our thanks to Ryan Perkins, attorney at law, for making these games possible, live stream and on the web. We also want to thank Terry Vaughn from MendocinoTV.com. Again, the final score, Fort Bragg 57, Kelseyville 24. For MendocinoTV.com, I'm Lindy Peters. Thanks for watching, and join us next week when we take on the Willits Wolverines.